what's up?
Happy Talk Tuesday!
Happy Talk Tuesday. I am not drinking a Truly today, as y'all can see. But cheers.
Doo-doo.
Let's see how this is. I like it.
Do you? Let me try it.
Yeah.
Really I like good. That it's called succulent. Succulent sipper.
What's up, Alex? Come on, guys. Crack open those drinks. Smash those likes, and let's talk Star Wars Night with our favorite duo. What's up, Jay?
Whoa. I like it, but I don't like it. It makes me feel like I'm growing hair on my chest.
It's good. So apparently this company, Brewery X Hard Seltzer, they make this. And it's supposed to be kind of Cactus Cooler inspired. Shout out to Ashley, Darling with Disney. Darling of Disney, not with Disney. She grabbed this for me because I was like, oh, I really want one. And they had them by her house. So shout out to it. Jay said, is that a Cactus Cooler? No.
Right?
It's a succulent sipper. It's really good, though.
It is. It's good, but it's a little too much for me.
I like it.
I want to mix it with Cactus Cooler, though.
It would be amazing with actual Cactus Cooler.
Yeah.
Louise is here. What's up, man?
What's
I feel like we haven't seen you forever.
I know. It's been a while.
The one and only Lex is here. She said, hey, cuties.
Hi, Bessie.
Louise said, I hear Truly's cracking.
Heck yeah.
That Crystal at least cracked one.
Mm-hmm.
She got the vodka one, though.
I do. I have pineapple cranberry.
Is it good?
Yep. It is.
That is good, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like it. I don't remember if that's the flavors that Lex and Jay brought over that one time or not.
I don't remember.
What up, Laura? She said, love the bangs.
Thank you.
There you go.
This was like a impulse thing that I did last Monday, and I like hid them back because I was like, I don't know if I like them. And then today I was like, I'm going to start training them. And I trimmed them a little bit more because they were like probably right here. Mm-hmm. So trimmed them a little more, and I'm actually really liking it.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, I feel very Velma.
Louise said also love the new bangs, Crystal.
Thank you. You guys on like Instagram have been amazing. Like I posted like my meltdown about it, and like I was like, do I keep them or do I pin them back so they grow faster? Like, and everybody's like, keep them. They look great. And I was like, it's been like over 10 years since I've had bangs, so I don't know how to do this anymore.
It's been a minute. Onika said, hello, new hairstyle. No, same. It's the same. I'm just wearing a different hat. Maybe you haven't seen this one before.
Yeah, it's an old hat, but
it's an old hat.
Thank you.
You guys like our professional mic arm setup?
I know, Nick. I like walked into the office and it was all set up, and I was like, "Ooh, we fancy now."
Yeah, gotta be fancy. I just have the Jarritos hard soda. Not bad. Ooh. That sounds bomb, Carlos. I haven't had those,
right?
But I do love the Jarritos sodas. I didn't know they made a hard soda.
Yeah, I was gonna say honestly. I didn't know either.
Where can you pick those up? Like liquor stores? Or are they at any grocery stores?
Right.
Because that sounds really good. Oh, man, that's a big seltzer, though. Yo, what's up, Cindy? She said, hi, guys. What's up? What's up? Oh, excuse me. Be Yourself Adventures. What up? He said, hi, Nick and Crystal. My next surgery is May 8th. So glad to see you both. Look great. Hope your next surgery goes great.
Yes.
Quick recovery. I was going to say healing time, but the word I'm looking for was recovery.
Yes,
so I hope
speedy recovery.
You have that speedy recovery, and it helps with whatever you need it to help with.
Yes.
Because, dude, neck problems suck.
Dude.
Back problems.
Yes. Every type of problem sucks.
Problems just suck.
Getting old sucks.
I got mine at AM/PM. Okay, I'm going to have to check it out. We have an AM/PM right here. I'm down. They opened up a new gas station, but it actually is like a liquor store, too.
Yeah, yeah.
So they have like a lot of options. So I have to go in there
They even have Squishmallows in them.
That's wild.
Right?
That's wild. All right, so we figured this Talk Tuesday, Star Wars Night, Disneyland After Dark starts tonight. We didn't go to the first one. Obviously, we're here with you, amazing folks. We are going to the one on May the 4th.
Thursday.
So we figured, you can go first or on May 4th.
Which is, like, basically Star Wars Day.
Which is Star Wars
Yeah.
Day, yeah. Even though it appears Disney's really pushing Star Wars month this year.
I mean, I feel like they have to, just because they have so many people that, like, they love Star Wars.
Yeah, it's
and they
kind
know
of
they
nice
can't
to,
fit it into one day.
Exactly.
Or one weekend.
It helps spread out the people who, like, want to check out new foods. It gives them more opportunity. Because, you know, when Disney comes up with these new dishes, like, obviously it costs them time, resources,
right,
money, basically, to create these new dishes. And then it's like, oh, we only have it for one weekend because it's Star Wars weekend.
Right.
And so I'm glad to see them expand, like, the food options for Star Wars month to all month. So that's awesome.
Definitely.
We're going to go early on the 4th, a little bit early. We're going to get it, well, not even that early. We're going to get in at 6 as early as you can.
Right.
We're going to try and knock out all the new foods that are there just for the whole month.
Right.
But it's really going to depend on, like, how late is a couple of the places open, though.
Right.
Because Docking Bay 7 closes really early, usually.
So we start up there.
So that's the only place to go.
Oh,
we don't really have to go anywhere else.
Yeah.
But if worst comes to worst, maybe we'll make a weekend trip or something.
For sure.
Because we were planning this weekend to do a bunch of landscaping out front.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to happen because I reached out to multiple places to get quotes to have
gravel.
like thousands of pounds of gravel delivered, and none of them have got back to me. So we can't really start without that. So I don't know if we're going to do that yet. So R2J2, Danielle said, I love the bangs.
Thank you.
Also, if you guys missed it, Danielle had a booth at a pop-up shop this weekend. I think it was in Ontario.
It was Ontario. It was a Wild Kids. I don't know. She'll know more on it. She'll post it right now.
Yeah.
But they had a lot of cute things.
Yeah. And hopefully Danielle sold a bunch of awesome stuff.
I should have brought the patches.
She had some great stuff.
Of course. She does have her next pop-up I believe next weekend. And that is going to be her last pop-up, I think she said, for the year. Like, it's crazy that we're only in, like, May and she's already done for the year. Well, but she does a lot of custom.
Yeah, a lot of custom orders. But, you know, the thing about, I saw Danielle post on her stories, like, her prices for the pop-up, which
are amazing.
Which were amazing.
A steal.
But I guess some people were like, it's still a lot of money. And it is, but look at the artwork.
Right?
Like, this is not no offense to what Crystal does with vinyl.
No,
this is not vinyl. This is hand painted.
With love.
With love, clear-coated, amazing.
Yeah.
So I cannot... If you want to invest in a nice water bottle that you're going to use every day, whether you're going to the parks and you want to have a Disney-themed bottle, or you just want to have, you know, something...
She can literally do anything. Like,
and it is expensive.
Personal portraits,
It is expensive, but it's like literally amazing.
Seriously worth it.
The amount of people that stop us and want to ask about our water bottle.
Right. If it's not our camera, it's our water bottle that's a conversation starter.
Yeah, part of me wishes I could ever just paint the camera.
I'll ever paint mine.
I would have to, like, take it apart.
I know.
Like, you'd have to buy a shell, basically.
Right.
But yes, amazing. Danielle, I need to hit you up. I want to have you make me some kind of, like, Yeti cup that I can use in my office so I'm not always using the water bottle. I just don't know what I want it to be. I'm thinking, like, video game themed. But I need to give her, like
a Stanley.
Like a Stanley, yeah. Probably like a Stanley cup.
Yeah.
You know, not the hockey player cup, but I don't know. I gotta talk to you about it, get some pricing from you. But amazing work, amazing. Not sponsored, sponsored but not sponsored. Nick, you funny. How do I become a member? Oh my gosh, I'm so.
Let me get a post-it for that.
Yes, we'll get a post up for that. I'm sorry. Nick, I did put my Haunted Mansion together. Ooh. It was fun and a little challenging. It's a good build.
Yeah.
It's a nice build. Ours is kind of just out of frame here, but it is still up there.
Yep.
I wish Disney would release well, I mean, I guess I don't, but I wish they would release a big one.
Right. Like, I do and I don't.
Amazing. It'd be amazing. But if they're going to stick with the minis, I would love to get some of the other ones.
Dude, we need to get floating shelves. Like, we still need to make, like, our own, like, headboard, like, area. Yeah. And we could totally put that on a shelf in there.
Yeah, we really could.
Danielle, I need you to come over and paint walls.
Our bedroom is going to be Haunted Mansion themed. I think we talked about it before. So.
Yes.
Wow, Crystal looks so skinny.
Thank you. I'm going to say it's the bangs that, like, narrows my face down because I've actually gained a few pounds.
I don't know. We have been, like, trying to be more... You've been pretty active outside.
Yeah.
And we have been trying to be more conscious. We had pizza for dinner, but, like, we each only had 2 slices.
Yeah.
So, and they're like not big,
And
giant
honestly,
slices.
like the 2 slices was too much for me.
It's too much. I'm super full.
Yeah.
So.
But last night we had salads.
That
was like a majority of our dinner.
Yeah, with like a really good.
Like if anybody knows anything about blood sugar, my blood sugar was at 90. No, 70
this morning. It
I was
really
at 70
low,
this
which is
morning.
like insanely low. It's
Yeah.
like normal. It's so not like diabetes.
But not for
normal,
me.
You know.
Yeah.
So, Patty said, "Love the new bag,
Thank
sporting
you.
the Tinkerbell look today." I guess it is.
It is very Tinkerbell. Yes, I
In
feel
a
very
good way. In a
Thelma.
good way.
I was going for Jess from New Girl, Jessica Day, but Tinkerbell works. I could totally see with that.
Danielle says this Saturday and the June is the last one.
Oh, okay.
So make sure you guys head over to her Instagram. I'm sure in her stories she'll be posting about like not just the availability of the pop-ups, but also like she doesn't take customs all the time.
No, she'll let you know her when she's open.
She opens it up, right?
Yeah.
So make sure you get in.
And you gotta jump on those quick because they fill up.
Yeah. Larly said I need to invest in one of those, but they're beautiful. Yeah. They last.
And honestly, the brand that she gets, I don't even know what brand it is, but it's like, it keeps it so cold.
Yeah, they work amazing. So, so excited! I caught a live. Crystal, your bangs look amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley.
Oh, it's Ashley. Hi, Ashley. She's my new BFF on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we've been talking a lot lately. I freaking love her.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you for joining. Welcome.
Yeah.
Nice to have you here. Danielle said she loves us. We love you too.
We love you too.
What's up, Kevin? Hope
Hello.
all is well. Hope all is well. RTJ, I want to paint your wall. That would be so amazing. I don't know what we need to do, like what to paint, but that would be. I just want to make sure when she does it that it's like we're not doing anything to that wall after. Right. You know, like everything has to be laid out. Sam said anything Rosario could do to make you not like anymore. I think we were talking about Ahsoka, right? Rosario Dawson. That's what I'm gonna go with. So correct me if I'm wrong. I think like just keep being a good person. Yeah. Or did
she do something that I'm not aware of?
No, I don't think so. So just is there anything that she could do?
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't think so, and it wouldn't make me hate the character. It would just make me not appreciate her.
Right.
A good example is like what's going on with Jonathan Majors, right?
Yes.
I'm a firm believer in innocent until proven guilty. Right. So I don't think everybody should be dropping him until he has his day in court. There's a lot of he said, she said.
Always.
I hope that he did not commit domestic violence against his girlfriend, but if he did, he absolutely should be dropped from his roles and he should face those repercussions, Same with, I'm very torn on watching the new Flash movie when it comes out because Ezra Miller is a POS and DC should have dropped him, but the movie was already done. So we'll see what happens with that. Yo, what's up, Bernie? Onika said, will you guys be going to any Star Wars night? Also, did you guys go to Starbucks? Today was triple the stars.
Dang! I went yesterday.
Others said they only got double stars. Crystal went yesterday. We did not go today. Looks like we dropped for a second, but we're back.
Yay!
We'll be there with Jay and Lex. We'll be there with Q. From QS Trips.
And I believe Cindy and her husband.
Cindy and Sergio are going to be there. So I'm sure we'll see them. So it should be fun. We're going to do a vlog. It should be a great one.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're excited. Fun. We're excited. It's funny, my neighbors were last name Palpatine. Is that for real, Macy? That is crazy. I have never heard anybody actually named Palpatine. That's wild.
Right? That is so cool.
That is wild. Dude, I really like this. I can't drink beer anymore. I'm a little worried. It does say seltzer. It does have like a very beery aftertaste.
It does.
So I am a little worried that it has beer. Right? But it says seltzer, so I'm going to think it's okay. We'll know if my gout flares up tomorrow.
Right.
Nick, have you played Jedi Survivor, the sequel to Fallen Order? Only 8 hours in, best Star Wars game. You know what, Carlos? I actually streamed for about 3 hours on Friday playing here on the channel. I'm only 3 hours in. I haven't played since, only playing it on stream. I really like it, though, so far. I'm really enjoying it. I enjoyed the first one. The only criticism I had about the first one was I hated that when you got to the end of the map, you beat the boss of that level, accomplished what you had to do, you had to track all the way back to the ship. Even though you unlocked shortcuts, if in that game there's points that you meditate to get your
okay.
health back.
Oh.
And when you do that,
I need to start meditating.
when you do that, all the enemies respawn in the level.
Ooh.
So if you fought your way through, beat the boss, and then meditate at any point, as you come back, everything's alive to fight through again. So it was kind of like frustrating. Most games have like a fast travel back to your ship. Like
yeah.
You're literally flying a spaceship. Like you can't call the ship to where you're at.
Yeah.
You know, so they introduced fast travel this time. So
that's crazy.
Yeah. So I am looking forward to playing a little bit more. Totally agree with you guys about innocent until proven guilty. Yeah, I mean, you know, everybody kind of makes up their mind. I enjoyed Jonathan Majors as an actor. I loved him as, you know, the guy at the end of time in Loki. I loved him as Kang in Ant-Man. He was like one of the best things of Ant-Man, I thought. And I've heard he's amazing in Creed 3.
I know. I really want to see Creed 3.
Yeah, you're not playing the live FY.
I am now.
You are now. No, you're not. Marty's Adventures says, "Hey Parker, loved your live stream with Q. Happy to share finished reading Heir to the Empire. Awesome. What'd you think about it? I haven't read it yet. Oh, Heir to the Empire is the old one. I read the old one.
Okay.
How did you like it? What did you think? And thank you. The live stream didn't get a lot of traction, but it was a very
I had a lot of fun chatting with Marty.
It was a very niche live stream. Was. And, you know, not everybody had finished the show yet.
Right.
But we don't want to wait on it too long.
Right.
So I think, at least Chris and I, maybe I'll bring Q in, because I love talking with Q. We kind of are nerds on the same level.
Yes.
I would love to do more of that. We'll probably do something for Guardians, maybe the week after it comes out.
Right. See, I already know it's hard for me to get a word in with just me and Nick.
Yeah.
So if it's me, Nick, and Q, then I'm really not getting a word in. So I was like, oh, I'm just going to chill. I'm going to go upstairs, do whatever I need to do with my tumblers, and plus, I'll just
like,
tune in there.
You really like Star Wars, but
I do.
Not on like the analytical like level like that.
I just like watching it. Like, I'm basically the fangirl, like, Star Wars person.
Yeah.
Like, you can ask me information about it, and I can totally get it. And, like, yeah, I know it. But I'm not going to be like, oh, I know this person's whole backstory.
Right. Or you're not going to know, like, the backstory behind shooting of that scene or that movie.
Right.
Right. Which is what we, like, wanted to dive into
exactly.
a little bit, too. But, yeah, Crystal has become, like, a real Star Wars fan over the years, I would say.
Yeah.
Like, not just, like, oh, my wife or my girlfriend watches it because I like it. Like, that's maybe what it started as.
Right.
But she's become, like, a real... I'd say, honestly, there was probably a point when the sequels came out that Crystal was like a more of a current Star Wars fan than I was.
Right.
I kind of was like, Star Wars needs to chill for a little bit. I still really loved Galaxy's Edge when it opened, even though I wasn't and still am not a big fan of the sequels. But I would say like The Mandalorian, Rogue One, Andor, even Solo kind of has brought me back to Star Wars, you know? So
I love Solo.
Danielle said, crying, I want to go to Star Wars Night. I didn't get tickets because the last two I went to were meh, and now I'm sad.
No.
You know, if we see any tickets tomorrow, Danielle, I will grab it, and you will come.
Yay!
Familiar with Ergo, Damask, or Darth Tenebras? I don't think I am. That doesn't sound familiar to me at all. Let's see. Hi, guys. Loving that hairstyle, Crystal is giving Melissa McCarthy vibes. Ooh. Okay, I can see it. Talented, funny, beautiful.
There we go. Oh, you think she's beautiful?
Yeah, Melissa McCarthy's beautiful. Hope you guys have a blast at Star Wars Night. Thank you so much, Crystal. Appreciate that. Yes, thanks, Minnesota. And what would a Star Wars movie need to do to surpass Empire is number one?
Ooh.
I don't know. Just tell a really compelling story that I think I don't know, I'll be honest, I don't know if anything can surpass Empire, because as a child and even in current movies, I feel like the bad guys don't win very often. And like that ended like the first Star Wars movie.
You're such a villain lover.
I am. But like let's be honest, the good guys don't always win in real life, unfortunately. Right. And so I just thought it was really like you're not expecting the Empire to win, you know. Mm-hmm. Like obviously Luke doesn't die, but he loses his hand, he loses the fight.
Right.
Han's captured. Like, your heroes are scattered at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
Lando sold them out.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I don't know where this is going, but I'm in, you know? And
Right.
I think that, like, not a lot of movies do that. And sometimes when they do, it's kind of like, it's kind of a trend in the middle movie of a trilogy.
Right.
Because of Empire.
Yes.
But before that, it wasn't. So, I don't know. It's really difficult, I think.
Yeah.
To, like, surpass that, you
right.
know? So.
I get it.
Rachel said, is it true some carts in Disneyland have popcorn scents?
All of them.
All of them.
Even Main Street, the ice cream shop.
Ice cream.
If you walk into Charlie Treats, oh my gosh, I think I have a TikTok on it.
It's buried though. But
yeah,
we'll
I'm gonna.
post
I'll bring it back up. Yeah, it's called the smellometer, the smell graph. I forget what we used to call it.
Yeah, something like that.
Centometer.
Yeah, it has an official name.
Yeah, and so if you're walking down Main Street, there is a like. What is it called? Like graded?
Yeah, like right under the candy window, you'll see.
Yeah, you'll see it, and you're not getting the smells out of the freaking.
That's why it still smells
place.
like fresh baking stuff, even when nobody's in the candy shop.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, and then but in Charlie Treats, it's if you walk in, like here's Clarabelle's, and then here's the door to get into Charlie Treats. If you go in that one, there is a coin machine right there. If you look behind it, you will see the smelling, the centometer. Thing, and then there's another one when you walk in through Kingswell's camera that's behind that one. That was always my fun job to change those every week.
But that's why, like, sometimes popcorn can be deceiving because it always smells really nice and buttery. It always smells really nice and fresh. The only time any real popcorn overrides that is when they burn popcorn, and then you won't smell the good stuff. You'll smell the burn.
Right.
But, you know, one thing I will give Disney credit for is because it's gotten us a couple times where we're like, oh, the popcorn smells so good. Like, of course it does. It's supposed to always smell the same.
Yeah.
So we'll get some and you're like, this popcorn sucks. It's been sitting. It's not buttery. Yeah. It's maybe not stale, but not salty. Fresh. It's too salty. Disney is amazing if you go back and they will, like, give you a new one.
Yes.
You just tell them, hey, this popcorn is basically like, I'm not feeling it. It's not, it's not warm enough. It's stale. It's not buttery.
Right.
They'll wait for a fresh batch.
Yeah, so like they have either vanilla scent in the candy shops, or on Friday they'll pump the cinnamon for their apples that they do on Fridays. And then the only smell that like they don't like artificially make is the candy canes.
Right.
Those are the only ones that are actual from the candy shop.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Onika said, I'm so excited because this month the Little Mermaid movie comes out. When are you guys going? I plan opening weekend. I want to see it. We'll probably see it opening weekend, I'm sure.
Right.
And she finished off that statement. She wants to see it in 4DX.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we'll see it in Harkins, probably Sin 1. So it's got like their biggest screen, 150 speakers and subwoofers. Amazing. Yeah. So we'll probably see it in that. But I imagine we'll see it opening weekend.
Right.
I don't remember what weekend it opens. So maybe the only way we won't is if it might be your birthday or my dad's birthday weekend, and then it may wait till the week or something. But we want to see it pretty early.
Yes.
I think I mentioned this to you before. I was 12 when I first saw Star Wars at the theater. That's so cool. I really wish that I could have seen like those movies without like first the hype, like first time, not knowing anything about them.
Yeah.
I think that would have been so cool.
I'll hypnotize you.
Right. It's all about the villains, Team Vader for life. The villains have a compelling story, you know? In Jedi, Luke was supposed to replace Vader, but they changed the ending for the kids. Yeah, very true.
That's crazy.
We need more movies where they win like Infinity War was also well done. Exactly. Like Infinity War ended on such a great note.
Right.
A terrible note.
Right.
But it felt like organic too. It didn't just feel like a cliffhanger for the reason of a cliffhanger. Like it made sense that it ended that way.
Right.
Darth Tenebus was Darth Plagueis' master who he betrayed. Okay. So for those that don't know, Darth Plagueis was the Sith Lord that trained train Palpatine. Darth.
Yes.
Yes.
Wait, what? I got sidetracked. I was reading ahead.
So Darth Plagueis is the one that trained Palpatine.
Oh, okay.
So he Darth Sidious, obviously. Okay.
Got it now. My bad.
I just heard they added BD1 at Droid Depot. They did. Yes. They did. You don't build him though. No. He comes pre-built. It's like not Chopper. Like a custom built. And he doesn't. I'm gonna be honest. He doesn't really move that well.
I wish he
the
walked.
legs don't articulate. He rolls still. I get why.
Right.
But I'd be willing to pay a little bit more money for like a better version. version.
Yeah.
So I don't think we'll be buying him. I do have the Lego build over here still that I haven't done.
Oh, I should build him while you're playing.
You absolutely could. You probably see you behind me building it too. So, or I can set up a second camera for you. I was at Disneyland on Tuesday, and my friend and I and others saw a rat. I can't believe it. I heard someone mention it on a video before, but to see it, we're also on the train. We was on the train at night. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, like, those things are going to live in the bushes and stuff there. Disney does an amazing job kind of, like, keeping those things at bay. But at the end of the day, you kind of want the rats to be there because they're eating a lot of the insects and stuff that are in the bushes. And that's why there are feral cats at Disneyland, the Disneyland
And that's
houses.
why you shouldn't feed the cats.
And that's why you shouldn't feed the cats, even though everybody loves to.
Yep. I mean, I used to. I'm guilty.
Yeah.
They used to love my goldfish in the morning.
Yes. Hello, kids. Happy Tuesday. What's up,
Hello.
I've seen rats, roaches, even seen a crane eat a baby duck. That sucks. I don't want to see that.
No.
But yeah, I've seen all those other things too. It happens. It's still, Disney does a good job.
I've seen a raccoon and possums.
Yes, that's awesome. That was so cute when you explained Darth Plagueis to Crystal. Yeah, Darth Plagueis only gets like one line drop in Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, okay.
So it's kind of like, it's like a quick thing,
Yeah.
So he was never in any of the movies or anything like that. So BD1 was my first Lego I worked on. I love it. That's awesome. That's a great Lego too. So I guess since it's Star Wars month, in chat, if you guys want to participate, everybody drop their favorite Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Solo.
What about Solo do you love? Like, why is it, like, what makes it your favorite?
I love that, like, because I love Han Solo.
Right.
Like, and you get to see, like, why he is I don't want to call him an asshole that he is, but yeah.
Yeah. You know what I really liked about Solo is the movie starts, and, like, the only thing we know about Solo is, like, his arc from the original movies, right? Mm-hmm. So when we run into him on Tatooine, he is kind of a scoundrel.
Yeah.
He is out for himself, and I loved that when you sit down to watch Solo, you get a version of Solo that's not like that, and you're like...
Right.
Like, I remember sitting through the movie, and, like, halfway through the movie, I was like, dude, they messed Solo up.
Yeah.
Like, this is not who Han is.
Right.
And then you keep watching the movie, Lando comes in, and I'm like, okay, they nailed Lando.
Oh, yes.
Like, Donald Glover.
I freaking love... I think that's what else,
give
what I like.
Give me more of him as Lando.
Yes.
Give me more of both of them, honestly. But, and then, by the end of the movie, with what happens, you're just like, I get it.
Like, you watch Star Wars
and you see... It was over a girl.
Yeah, well, you see Star Wars, and you, like, see, like, literally, like, him and Chewie are best friends. They don't go through how.
Right,
like,
right.
You watch him and Luke and Leia, like, become friends.
Right.
And more. And, like, yeah, it's always fun to see, like, where it started.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I thought it was a little much. Like, some things I think were too fan servicey. I like fan service when they do things just for the fans. But, like... He got his last name because he doesn't have a last name and he's traveling so... Like, I thought some things were a little too, like...
Right.
They didn't need to give him his last name, his signature blaster, and the dice in the Falcon all in the same movie.
Right.
But since they only made one, maybe it's better that they did.
Right.
But I did really love Solo. I would love a sequel to that.
Yes.
Not my favorite movie.
Oh, it's mine.
Yeah. My favorite's, like, really predictable. It's Empire. I think it's, like, one of the best films ever made, period. But the best Star Wars film for sure. Yeah. It's probably in my top 5 movies of all time, but my top of Star Wars. And Rogue One is right below it, though.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Rogue One. So
when people are like, Disney ruined Star Wars, I'm like, well, did they though? Because Rogue One was amazing. I thought Solo was really good. Force Awakens wasn't the worst movie I'd ever seen. And when it came out, I probably liked it more than most of the prequels.
Yeah.
The 2 movies after that is what made me hate it more, though. And then Mando and Andor, amazing,
Yeah.
Let's see. Also, Hugo Demis was Darth Plagueis' non-Sith name. It would be cool if they tell a story in the Alkalite. That would be really cool. I think Alkalite is going to be a little further back, though, in the High Republic era. But depending, I'm not sure where High Republic and the Republic that we see in the prequels intersect. So you might. But I think that Alkalite's going to be a couple hundred years before Phantom Menace. So they may not. I loved Solo. Yeah, Solo was good. Know more about Han Solo and Darth Maul was incredible. I loved the Darth Maul, like, after seeing cameo in that. I would love to see him in live action, full on robotic legs, like we get to see.
Yeah.
Amazing. Episode 1, I hate that. That's like, I can't. Phantom Menace, like, I can't watch. I just can't get over it. But I get it. To each their own. C-3PO, this droid is so character oriented, and his sidekick R2-D2. Yeah, you can't go wrong with C-3PO and R2. Rogue One is a great choice, Carlos.
Yeah.
Episode 1 became my favorite over time. Okay, I would love to hear what you guys like about Episode 1.
Right.
I would love to hear that. I will say there are things I did enjoy. I really loved the pod racing.
Right.
I thought that was really cool, especially when it came out and I was a kid.
Right.
I thought that was great. Hours.
All you wanted was a pod racer.
You know I love fast cars, so
right.
I was like, you know. Rogue One, for the last 5 minutes of the movie where you get to see vicious Vader, I loved seeing that version of Vader.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that was such a great scene.
Which I know, like, a lot of people had mixed reactions and mixed feelings about, like, the Obi-Wan show. But I thought, like, the brutality of Vader in that was also very obvious.
Yeah.
I really liked it. Even if the end fight between him and Obi-Wan was a little Dragon Ball Z for me. Do you recommend Rogue One? I haven't been able to see it. I highly recommend it, Willow. It is honestly one of the best Star Wars stories out there. And you should absolutely watch Andor, the TV show, after that.
Oh, yes.
C-3PO and R2-D2 are like a futuristic Abbott and Costello. I like that. I think so. I agree with that. So Force Awakens. Okay, so we got somebody that likes the sequels.
There we go.
That's all right. I think Force Awakens is good. I think visually Force Awakens is probably one of the best looking movies.
Yes.
The way they finally got lightsabers to actually, like, they were using lightsabers that actually lit up on set.
Right.
So, like, it visually the most
Beautiful.
impressive movie. I think that scene at the end of the movie between Finn, Rey, and Kylo fighting in the forest in the snow is seriously one of the best looking scenes in all of Star Wars.
Oh, right.
You know? I wish they had more Harrison Ford, Leia, and Mark Hamill in the sequels. Me too. I wish that the sequels, I wish they would have used them in all three and kind of sent them off with the last one, and then really firmed in, like, give us those three kind of training the next generation.
Right.
You know, give us them getting Rey to where she needs to be to take over. Get us, you know, maybe helping turn Kylo back from the dark side.
Right.
Bringing Finn and Poe and giving them that experience.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would have been more compelling. When Lorenzo was 2 or 3, he wanted to watch Empire over and over, which made me love Star Wars even more. He loved Darth Vader. Now he's afraid, which is weird. I think that's pretty normal, though.
It is. It's pretty normal.
Yeah, because he doesn't really have, at 2 or 3, you don't necessarily have a strong, like, mentality of, like, good and evil.
Right.
But then as you get older, you realize, oh, dang, he's the bad guy. He's very
Right.
intimidating. Like, you understand what intimidating is.
Right. I mean, Mason still, like...
Yeah.
He loves Kylo Ren. Loved Kylo Ren. Like,
yeah, but
worshipped
not
him.
seeing him in person.
No,
though.
and seeing him in person, like, he'd run the other way.
Mm-hmm.
Until one day we cornered him.
He could not sit through a single movie of the prequels, which is kind of amazing to me because there's so much action.
Right.
And, like, bright colors and things to keep kids entertained, I feel like, in the prequels. But maybe he's just an old soul at heart. You
right.
know? I liked episode 1 because of Maul. Okay. I do remember that scene where Maul, like, you first run into Maul and he attacks Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan at the ship in the sand. I remember in the theater seeing that and just being like, damn, that was so cool, you know? Have you watched episode 1 nowadays, though? It was really ahead of its time and holds up. The last time I watched episode 1 was when they re-released it for 3D.
Oh.
So that was before Disney bought it.
Yeah.
And I told Crystal, we're going to see it. I don't want to see it. But Lucas had said in an interview that he would only make the next movies in 3D and spend the money to make them 3D if it made its money back.
Yeah.
So I told Crystal, we're going to do our part and we're going to see it. And I hated every second of it. And then Disney bought Star Wars and they didn't bring any of the other damn movies out in 3D.
Right.
And the end goal wasn't really because I wanted to see them in 3D. I had just never seen 5 and 6 in theaters, Empire and Return of the Jedi. And I wanted to see them in theaters, even if it was in 3D. I didn't care. I just wanted to see them in theaters.
Yeah.
So I was in it for the long haul, and I sat through it for nothing. Are you still playing the Star Wars game? I am. I am Big Hulk. I'll be playing tomorrow night. I'm going to stream tomorrow night since I didn't stream yesterday. My wrist has been a little sore.
It has been.
So I don't want to, like, flare it up too bad, but I will be playing tomorrow night. Can you explain the story of Rise, though, I totally didn't follow it. Rise, like the ride? Is that what we're talking about? Or Rise of Skywalker? Nobody can explain that story. Nobody followed it.
Right.
I think that's the problem.
Right.
If you're talking about Rise of Skywalker, basically, let's see. It's Jar Jar Binks for me, and that was my first intro into Star Wars as a kid. You know what, Lex? It's fair. I don't agree with it. I think Jar Jar is the worst thing to ever happen to Star Wars. I'm glad the actor that played him got to play a Jedi in an episode of Mandalorian.
Yeah.
He did not deserve any of the hate he got. Like, I'm not on board with it, but I do think Jar Jar is one of the worst things to like ever happen.
I love you so much, Alexis.
But you know, I'm glad that it got you to love Star Wars, and that's why it's really important that even if we don't like the movies,
right,
that you have to remember they're there for someone, you know?
Yes.
It has taken me a lot of years to be okay with that.
Yes.
It's taken me a lot of years to not be a neckbeard about it. I feel cheated we didn't get Darth Jar Jar. I'm so glad that didn't happen. If we had all three originals involved in every sequel and kept Kylo alive, it would have been amazing. Yeah, you know what? I thought it was a wasted opportunity to not redeem Kylo and, you know, make him like... I feel like Luke wasn't able to redeem Vader in time to save Vader, right? So like, Vader turned to the light, he saved Luke, but he still lost his life in the process. And to be fair, Vader needed that suit to live in. The rest of the galaxy probably wasn't going to forget the mass murder, genocide, and atrocities Vader did for 25 years. And so it kind of made sense he kind of had to die. But had they left Kylo in the suit and helmet more often, you have to imagine most people wouldn't know what Kylo looked like.
Yeah.
Nobody in the galaxy really knew that was Han and Leia's son.
Right.
They could have kept that more hush-hush. It could have been a surprise. And when he turned at the end, you know, the next movies could have been about, you know, maybe Rey and whoever moving the Jedi forward that Luke started, and Kylo trying to figure out, like, how does he come to terms with the things that he did while, like, seduced to the dark side.
Right.
And I think it would have made a great story, but...
Definitely.
Hola,
Wow.
Duo from Valencia, Spain. Do you speak Spanish, Italian, German, French, and do you play soccer? No. Very poquito Spanish.
Oh my gosh, Nick probably speaks more than me. Yeah.
Just the bad words and enough to like order my food.
And Mexico, know where the bathroom is.
And yeah, where's the El Baño? But no, I wish I spoke more languages. Same. Honestly. But yeah,
Babble, here we come.
Sounds so awesome though. And I don't play soccer. I enjoy soccer.
Right.
All my cousins who are Italian, they actually all played soccer growing up. They were very good. A couple of them, I think, went to college on scholarships for soccer. But I don't play it myself. But it's a lot of running, bro. You know, I'm not built for soccer. I'm more built like as a lineman for American football. You know. But yeah, thank you for joining from Spain.
That's so awesome.
Amazing. They just released 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi. I know we're gonna try to go see it, Willow. I think this week or next or this weekend we're gonna try to see it. We might even take my dad. I asked him if he wanted to see it. And he was kind of like on the fence, so maybe he'll go. Can a Star Wars movie exist without the connection to Skywalker or characters connected to them? I think it can, and you know, I guess you did throw in characters connected to them, Carlos. So I guess technically Rogue One does still have Vader. So you could argue it's still connected to the Skywalkers. But I think it makes sense, right?
Right.
I do think that Star Wars, it's kind of funny. People throw it out there all the time. Like, oh, there's this giant galaxy and everything keeps happening in these same parts. But, like, it's kind of how, like, war and stuff is, you know?
Right.
But, yeah, I'm all for Star Wars that doesn't necessarily have to have a Jedi in it. It doesn't have to have anything like that. That's why I thought, like, the first season of, like, Mandalorian was great. We didn't really get any of that. I don't think we're going to get a lot of tie-ins in season 4 for a little while either, so I think that was great.
I have to agree with Danielle right here.
I'm here for the post scenes. Okay, yeah. I mean, I get you. My biggest thing with the new franchise is I actually, I didn't really know who John Boyega was before Force Awakens, and after watching that, I became like a really big fan of his. I started watching other stuff he'd been in, which wasn't a lot. And I just think they did my boy dirty.
Right.
And I hope there are rumors he may come back. for episode 10, I guess it'll be technically.
Yeah.
And I hope he does, and I hope they do him well. Rise of Skywalker, yeah, what was going on there? A lot of craziness, right? So I think what we're going to see...
It was a hot mess.
I think what they're leading up to when we're looking at... So this is kind of spoilers for Mando season, but like, I won't go into detail, but I do think a lot of the stuff happening in the Mando season is kind of going to tie into like how Palpatine, as far as body, was able to return. Now the whole like him putting his like Force essence in... I mean, we have in Star Wars legend and books seen where Sith especially are able to, like Jedi can kind of go on to be Force ghosts and teach, like we've seen them do. But the Sith in the older video games and stories are kind of able to embody booby traps on Sith planets and like stuff like that. So maybe he was able to like embody... the whole Snoke stuff was just supposed to be like a puppet of Palpatine, failed like cloning experiments, but they didn't really touch a lot of that. The whole like entire fleet of like Star Destroyers, all with planet cracking lasers, sounds like some fan fiction thing that they all just happen to have all these resources on this out of place planets.
Right.
Like, it just didn't make sense. It was very fan fiction-y. So that's why I think a lot of people didn't really enjoy it, you know. Team Jar Jar, Lex said, you know.
I love it.
The sequels are a sore spot for me because they killed the Ben Solo storyline. Leia and Han had 3 kids in the books. 100% agree. So what Louise is talking about in the OG books that Disney basically said are not canon. They now exist in what's called Legends. Han, Leia had 3 kids. 2 of them were twins, Jaina and Jason. And then they had their third son, or their third child, who was a son. They named him Anakin. Great characters. All of them in their own right. All of them in the books that follow grow up into very powerful Jedis, each very different personalities.
Right.
Great stories there for the most part. And then Luke also has a kid in those books with an amazing person who I wish they would have brought into the current universe, which is Mara Jade Skywalker. And they name that son Ben. Because, like, why would Han and Leia name their... Well, it kind of makes sense now why Leia named her kid Ben.
Right.
Like, Obi-Wan saved her ass twice.
Right.
Right? Once from the Death Star, once as a kid. So, like, now it makes sense. But before the Obi-Wan show, it didn't really make that much sense, right?
Right.
She had, like, 0 relationship other than her dad served with him in the Clone Wars.
Right.
Like, it was kind of tedious. So, they fixed that.
Right.
Let's hyperspace Q into the stream tonight. Right? No joke. Jay is Team Jar Jar.
Wow.
I think he just has to say that. Jay,
I think so.
you can text me how you really feel about Jar Jar when Lex isn't
Jay,
around.
blink 2 times if you need saving.
Rose from The Last Jedi won me over on the Star Wars movies. I don't think Rose was a terrible character. I think she was poorly written. I'm really disappointed the way Star Wars fans treated her, and she like deleted all her social media because it's terrible. She's an actress, you know. If you don't like the character, it's fine. How was Rey not Palpatine's daughter but his granddaughter? Like what the? Yeah. So yeah, exactly. I honestly think that it would have made more sense, and again, kind of fan fiction-y, but if they're trying to clone Palpatine, I think it made more sense that Rey was maybe a clone.
Right.
Like they got it wrong. She came out a female, right?
Right.
But they got the Force part right. And she got away, or somebody had to change a heart and hid her away.
Right.
Like, I really liked that idea. And I also, when we first saw, I've talked about this before, but when we first saw The Force Awakens, you know, it's pretty obvious that while she doesn't know she's, like, a Force user and maybe going to be a Jedi, she obviously realizes very quickly and then is able to pick up on things very fast. I really thought that either she was going to be some type of clone. Mm-hmm. Or she was a smaller child when Kylo turned to the dark side and destroyed the temple.
Right.
And that Luke hid her from him on that planet and wiped her mind.
Right.
And that's why things like being able to be like very skilled with the lightsaber, being able to force trick people with no training.
Right.
was like something she could do because like subconsciously she already learned it.
Right.
And then you're not like, then all the dudes that just hate that she's a powerful woman wouldn't say, oh, she's just a Mary Sue, she can do everything perfect because she's a woman. It would have made more sense that she was trained and then hidden.
Right.
And she doesn't even know to keep her safe.
Right.
And then there's that scene, and that for me is what really made me think that when Kylo's on his ship and they say, oh, there was that the stormtrooper was with somebody. And he's like,
right.
who? And they're like, a girl.
Right.
And he flips out after hearing that. And it's like, you're like, does he knows who she is.
Right.
But then he literally doesn't.
Right.
You know? And I think, like, that would have been a better... I mean, I don't know. I'm
100%.
not a writer, but I think it would have been a better story. Have you and Q lightsaber dueled for fun yet? No, I haven't. Maybe I'll challenge him on Thursday.
You're right.
I don't know if he's going to carry a saber or not.
I'll carry one just in case.
Right? Because Rey's mom was Palpatine's daughter. I think Palpatine, maybe I'm wrong. I thought Rey's dad was Palpatine's son. That's what I thought it was. I thought in the movie they talked about
maybe
Palpatine
his son
had
and daughter had a Luke and Leia moment.
I hope that's weird too. But I thought it was his son that
this
then had Rey.
Truly just hit me.
Well, it's vodka. It's
I know.
More strong, yeah.
Oh my! I'm like not even done. I'm probably like right here, and I feel it. Like my eyes are just like. Woo.
Carlos said the Ewoks are the prequels Jar Jar, or I think you mean are the originals Jar Jar. But yes. I was a kid for the Ewoks. I remember loving them, but they didn't age well.
No.
Yeah, I think it's... I like the Ewoks. I love the idea of, like, an indigenous population rising up against an oppressor. It feels very, like, not to, like, throw the term Indians around, but very cowboys and Indians, right? In a good way. One thing I never did like was that they, like, threw sticks and rocks at the stormtroopers and killed them. Like, literally, I get that, like, the armor doesn't stop blasters. Like, right. Like, I get the armor doesn't stop blasters. It's kind of like if, like, bank robbers decide to use hollow tips. Like, I've always thought in Star Wars, like, people go, oh, why do stormtroopers wear armor if the blasters don't stop? I've always thought, like, maybe that armor was designed to stop a certain strength blaster.
Right.
And the rebels were like, nah, we turn this bitch to 10. Right? And it's like when a bank robber uses hollow tips... Like, that stuff does not... A bulletproof vest does not stop a holotip round, right? And so, like, that's always what I assumed makes sense. But, like, you can't make it make sense that those rocks and sticks... Now, the big logs that smash the walkers, that makes sense. Right. But, like, the sticks and rocks did not age well.
Like, isn't the saying sticks and stones can't break my bones?
Yeah, apparently they can.
Only if you're a stormtrooper.
Yeah, so Macy also thought it was Rey's father, who was a clone of Palpatine. Yeah, he was, like, a clone or something of... Yeah, this is wild. Okay, Nick, Star Trek or Star Wars? If there were no other movies or TV shows out there, which one would you take? Star Wars, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm not a Star Trek fan. I've seen every Star Trek movie. I do not watch the TV shows, though.
No.
I enjoyed the rebooted movies with Chris Pine in them much more.
Spock is hot.
Which was why I was actually excited when JJ got Star Wars.
Yeah.
Because I remember watching the rebooted Star Trek movie, and I was like... They're just trying to make this Star Wars, you know, and it was good.
Right.
But Star Wars, 100%. Can we talk about how Yoda literally Force Lightning, she's out of the temple as a Force Ghost, super powerful. He's very, very powerful. Yeah, very powerful. And, you know, we don't know a lot about Force Ghosts, so we don't know, like, what the power level, what they can and can't do. That's why I was saying, like, in the comics, in the video games and stuff, it's very common for Sith to, like... put their soul, kind of like Voldemort, into items.
Yeah.
But, like, not, like, to come back to life, but to, like, haunt it, to keep it safe. And you have to, like, beat them, and, like, they're able to, like, do damage. They could kill you, and they can't touch you, you know?
That's crazy.
Wasn't Queen Amidala supposed to marry someone else? I don't know. They might have touched on that in one of the books. I'm not 100% sure, though.
Don't look at me.
Hello, guys, from Star Wars Night. Lily Beth is at Star Wars Night, doubling up on the Star Wars.
Yeah.
I hope you're having a blast. Try some good food. Watch the fireworks. Oh, it hasn't started yet. That's why.
Yeah.
Okay. We're glad you're here, Lily, but make sure you enjoy your Star Wars night.
Yes.
Don't hang out. We're glad you're here to say hi, but make sure you enjoy your night. It's a busy night. What's the deal with Anakin and sand again? He actually loves sand. I was telling Crystal for Star Wars Night, I almost had her just make me a shirt that said, I hate sand. Like, But yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense though, right? I watched somebody break down that saying and how it's like really poorly written. Because honestly, Lucas, I don't think can write dialogue very well. But what he's saying there is like they're at this beautiful hidden palace,
Right.
in Italy. It's not that hidden, but like it's supposed to be on Naboo, right?
I see it so much on
I
TikTok.
know, it's so popular. And they're at this beautiful hidden palace, and this is what Padme knows. Like this is her life.
Yeah.
And like you have to imagine, even though Anakin has now not been a slave for like a few years, and he's been at the temple,
Right.
like he's never been someplace like this.
No.
Like just grandiose and beautiful. And what he's saying there is like, I hate sand because like I was like a poor slave kid.
Right.
Like that's all he knew. And
Yeah.
to him, they didn't
It just
have,
brings back those memories.
yeah, they didn't have like bushes and forests. And I kind of loved I did really like the parallel with Rey on that. Like she grew up on the sand planet of Jakku, and the first time they go to Maz's temple and there's water and green, and she's like, I never thought there was this much green in the whole galaxy. Like I thought that was like a good,
Literally me when we went to Oregon.
right? Everything's so green.
The first time
yeah.
we went to Florida, there's all this water.
Chris was like blown away by the water. We're in line to meet Ewoks. Heck yeah!
How fun!
Heck yeah!
They're so scary.
Yeah, yub nub. They are kind of scary looking though, low-key. That makes so much more sense of Rey being Palpatine's clone gone wrong, then set things right. Why did they have to screw up the sequels? You know?
They wanted to be a love story.
Yeah, I don't know. Mon Mothma, and Ken Palpatine are such cool names. Mon Mothma is a great name. Palpatine's a great name. I don't know about Ken Palpatine, but, in line for the Mythosaur photo op. Oh, Linda's at Star Wars Night too. Very cool, Linda. Very cool. I hope you guys all have so much fun.
Yeah, the only thing I want to that is on my like to-do list. The only thing is to meet Chopper.
Oh, we'll have to get in line for that. We'll have to do that then.
Yeah, that is literally the only thing.
Have you decided on your outfit? Have you posted the TikTok yet?
I did. I posted the TikTok.
Okay.
So I think I'm gonna go with the Sabine jacket.
Okay.
And then I just don't know what Star Wars spirit jersey to wear since I have 7.
Because it's supposed to be pretty cold.
I know.
It's supposed to be pretty
cold. I
cold.
have 7 Star Wars spirit jerseys, guys. So go and vote for the one.
And I will probably carry my normal lightsaber.
Okay.
I think I'll take my Ezra lightsaber.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
I should have brought it in here to show them.
I know.
I have a really cool 3D printed. So if you guys have watched Rebels, Ezra is on there and he has a lightsaber. And in the first season or 2, maybe it's the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
He the lightsaber is really cool because it's a blaster and a lightsaber. It's one of the onlys like it. And I found someone online that designed it, 3D printed it. And what's really cool is if you've ever built a Savi's lightsaber, you know that the pieces you pick screw onto like a core. And that's where the batteries go, the sound goes, the blade goes into. Yeah. And then also the crystal that lets you change the color.
Right.
And what's really cool is they 3D printed this. It's a little bulky, but it has to be because it fits the Savi core.
Right.
And then everything screws onto it. So it's really cool. So I can pop it out and I can change the color of the blade. And I didn't pay very much for it. He just 3D printed it. It could use like paint and finishing, but it looks pretty good the way it is. And I always
don't know
imagine
what saber to carry tomorrow.
You should probably. I wish we had a dark saber still.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, dark saber would be nice.
Looks like we're buying one tomorrow.
Looks like we're buying a dark saber, yo. I would say Spaceballs, Nick. LOL. Spaceballs was hilarious though. Pizza the Hut, iconic. I want to like Ahsoka, but haven't enjoyed Rosario Dawson's movies. Can you convince me to like it and her all in the upcoming Haunted Mansion? Well, you know, Sam, I don't think I can convince you to like Rosario Dawson if you're not into her. I would say, one, did you watch her in Daredevil, the Netflix Disney Marvel series, which is now on Disney Plus? Right. If you haven't watched that, highly recommend you watch it. She was really good in it, I thought, as the night nurse kind of character. Have you watched the other content like Clone Wars and Rebels that have Ahsoka in it? Like, do you know who Ahsoka is? Yeah, I'll drink it. Give me.
No, I'm just gonna leave it over there. You don't need to drink it.
I'll finish it.
Okay.
It's not going to waste.
Okay. I'm literally gonna fall asleep in the next 30 minutes if I keep drinking that.
In line for the foodie guide.
He's waiting for us to go over the food guide.
Oh, he's in line for the foodie guide. Ken Palpatine is actually the grandson in Legends. That's a wild name. They're like, I don't know what else to call him. Call him Ken.
Yeah, right.
Call him Ken. We mobile ordered the Grogu beignets and the cold brew coffee.
Yeah.
Oh, let us know how it is, Lily.
Yeah.
We really want to know how it is.
Cold brew coffee.
Did Crystal have the Darksaber before? Yeah, we bought the Darksaber when it came out.
Yep.
And I just wasn't a big fan of the quality of it, honestly.
No. I think we only bought it so Paul can go over it. Because he wanted to buy it, but he didn't want to buy it.
I think we all used it to go over it.
Yeah.
I wanted it. But yeah, let me see if I can find the food guide. Since Jay's in line for it. I mean, Jay, if you really want it, you could buy the Genie Plus pass for it right now. Go ahead and send that $25 super... No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. We did go over the food guide. Q and I went over it on our live, but I don't want you guys to have to go watch that and maybe get spoiled.
Right.
I thought it was on this page. I thought I had found it here before. Oh, the event guide. There we go. I will say, I'll share it right now, you guys. So, Chris, I'm going to need you to, like, be on chat kind of still.
Okay, got it.
I can't see it so well from here. Let me share my screen really quick. I will say, though, it's really hard to go over the foodie guide because they made it a freaking PDF. So it's really difficult to share.
All right, so before we jump in, Macy said, how come you think others weren't able to stop blasters like Kylo?
I think that in canon, it's probably just not something that's super well known.
Yeah.
You know, obviously a lot of force powers were lost when the Jedi fell.
Right.
And I think it's also really important to know that while we do see the Jedi in the prequels as generals and fighters,
yeah,
that was not their role in the army anymore. In the Republic, they were very much like peacekeepers until that moment. And so I think that a lot of maybe like battle stance stuff was maybe like lost, right?
Right.
In real life, it's because nobody had that cool idea until that point. I mean, that's literally it.
Okay.
But I think that that's probably why.
Erica says that my son and I are going to Star Wars Night next week. We are excited and we hope we are not disappointed. Honestly, Star Wars Night is one of our favorites.
Yeah, I think, keep your expectations, like, realistic, right? If your expectation is to meet all the characters, you're not going to. So, like, pick the characters. If there's characters you have to meet, pick those characters, stand in those lines. If there's food you have to try, make sure you order that food.
Right.
The fireworks are amazing for Star Wars Night.
Yes.
We really like them. There's also a huge lightsaber meetup that happens 3 times a night. If you go back and look at like our previous video or anybody who's there tonight, I'm sure we'll be covering it.
Yes.
The lightsaber meetup is amazing.
Yes.
Amazing.
100% amazing.
So
I meant to ask Sam when he was questioning, like, make him like Ahsoka, I guess, like Rosaria, if he's seen any of the shows with her in it. So he said, I haven't seen Rebels yet. Recommend all 5 seasons. Yeah.
Rebels is worth watching. I feel like the first season is the worst season, and it's still not bad.
Right.
And make sure you've gone back, Sam, and finished Clone Wars, including the 7th season, before you start Rebels, because that's really, like, where the stories kind of pick up from, and characters that come into Rebels. So
yes.
And what do we have here?
Carlos is here.
Yo,
he
what
says,
up?
Hi, my 2 cuties. If y'all were to work at Galaxy's Edge, where would you want to work? I think working on Rise would be so much fun.
I didn't even think about
that.
Like,
you get to, like, I feel like Rise and, like, Haunted Mansion, like, those that you get into character, like an actual character, like, scenario.
Who can be kind of a dick.
Yeah.
Like Haunted
Mansion. Your alter ego.
Yeah, like Haunted Mansion, they're all kind of serious. They're not a dick, but they, a little bit.
Right.
But like Rise, they're like, they can be like a dick.
Oh,
kinda.
heck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that would be so much fun.
There's like no other ride like that.
No.
Tower of Terror was maybe the closest thing to, like, it was more like in line with Haunted Mansion.
But that was more like during Halloween only.
That's true.
Yeah, that they were able to get in character because they got their makeup done and everything.
Yeah.
And then if it was for stores, I would want to work in the little pet shop in the marketplace.
I think you would do well in there. I would like to work in Savi's.
Oh yeah, you would be great in Savi's.
I would love to work in Savi's.
You have so much knowledge on like all of that. Like
I would love to work in Savi's. I would deal in scrap for sure. That's a great question.
Yeah.
That's a great question, Carlos. All right, I'm gonna jump into this a little bit.
Okay.
So this is it. So like I said, you get photo pass for it.
You want to take Carlos's comment down?
I did.
Oh, maybe I'm just behind.
Yeah, it takes us a few seconds behind. Thank you though for checking.
No problem.
So here is some of the entertainment. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here because it's hard for me to see. So we're going to do photo opportunities. So these are going to just be like the photo opportunities that are around. And so like here's the Mythosaur skull. So that's what somebody said they were in line for.
Yes.
These are like a kind of like a mashup of like, I don't want to call them cardboard cutouts, but they're like cardboard hardwood cutouts. Like props, basically, was what we'll go with. So, pretty cool. The lines for these are not normally as bad as...
They move quick.
But I will tell you right now, Boba Fett's throne was very popular last year.
Right.
And Bo-Katan's throne is there this year.
Oh, how fun.
And Emperor Palpatine's throne. Those are all very cool photos.
Right.
And I kind of want to get photos on them, I'm going to be honest.
Honestly, if we go early, we probably could.
Yeah. Yeah. And here we go. Here's some otherworldly entertainment, right? So, the Galactic DJ Party Zone is going to be on Main Street. I don't know where, though.
I don't know.
I don't know if they're just going to be playing music. I don't know if it's going to be an actual DJ. I don't know. It doesn't...
I feel like if it's an actual DJ, he's either going to be at the train station.
Yes. Because
for every night event, I feel like the train hasn't been working, so I don't think it's going to be running then.
Yeah, they don't usually seem to run it. It's not worth it, I guess.
Right. I mean... You think about it; those characters easily become crowd control.
100%.
Especially event cast members. But I could see him being up on the train station or by the Mickey Mouse icon hub right now.
Yeah. Yeah, and so it is important to notice that these are kind of like all over the place, right? What you'll notice here is none of these are in Batu.
Right.
So they're pretty good about like Batu's not going to get a photo op necessarily because it's supposed to be like a living planet in story. So the only thing that kind of surpasses that would maybe not happen in canon of Batu is the lightsaber meetup, which is in Star Wars, is in Batu.
Right.
But like obviously like that planet is being occupied by the First Order. It probably wouldn't actually happen.
Right.
But that's like one of the only things. So you'll notice Tomorrowland has a lot because they have a lot of space.
Yes.
Fantasyland will have the Rebel Base, K2SO photo op. Pretty cool. That's not going to be the droid that he's not going to be moving and talking like a meet and greet. It's going to be some kind of prop or cutout of him. Critter Country speeder bikes. The Mythosaur skull, though, sounds pretty cool. I don't think that was there last year.
Right.
So, I think most of this was, though, there last year. But I know for sure, obviously, Bo-Katan's throne was not.
Right.
The Fleet of Fandom, this is like a marching event.
Yes.
For people who are dressed up. They can partake in this.
So, Be Yourself Adventures. He said, cheers to my favorite hard copying duo, Nick and Crystal. I have to see the doctor tomorrow morning to be cleared for surgery for next Monday. Bed early. Love you both. Right. Well, good night.
Good night. Good luck at the doctor. I hope you're cleared for surgery and everything goes good. Marty said, I still don't get... We'll come back. To that, Marty. Erica said, thanks for these tips. You guys always have the best park tips. Thank you. We just try to keep it real. And then they said, where can we find this info you're showing us? So what you want to do is if you go to the Disneyland website or just Google Disneyland After Dark Star Wars Night, there's an official Disneyland homepage for the event, and it is in one of the hyperlinks there.
Yes.
So I'll actually show you real quick. This is the actual like Disneyland website for Star Wars After Dark Star Wars Night. It has all of the information on this page that you'll need. And then if you just scroll right... I missed it. It's a little hard to find. I think it's up higher.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, right here. Guide. So right under event highlights, they have the event guide. You click that, and it's going to open it, like I said, as a PDF, which to me is like literally the exact worst way they could do this.
I feel like it's just the fold-out that we're going to get.
It is. That's exactly why it is.
Yeah.
So yeah, lightsaber meetup. This is what we were just talking about. This is in Galaxy's Edge. 9 p.m., 10 p.m., and 11 p.m. I believe fireworks
Or at 9:30.
Are at 9:30. So if you go to the 9 p.m., you will miss the fireworks in front of the castle. It does have projections. It does have pyro. I'm not sure if the pyro will be going off though.
I don't think it will.
But the projections are amazing. The music for it, amazing.
Yes.
I highly recommend you watch it from Main Street. We will probably be watching it from Batu this year. I think we're going to try to knock out the first lightsaber meetup. That way we're out of Batu and then everywhere else.
Right.
Because the lightsaber meetup was amazing. Because
Yes.
last year we went to the 10 p.m. lightsaber meetup. So as soon as fireworks are over, it's a pretty short show. It's less than 5 minutes, I think.
About roughly.
We booked it straight to Batu.
Yes.
And it was like a cluster F when we got to Batu.
It was
people waiting.
Such, like, sardines.
Yeah. I think there was
You had to move with everybody.
I think there was a giant group of people who, like, didn't leave the first lightsaber
Yes.
meetup. They were just like, well, this is what we're doing all night. And honestly, it was like, I like to joke and say it was like a religious experience.
Oh,
It really felt like it. Like you're talking hundreds of people igniting a lightsaber at the same time.
Yes.
Rey led it. Like,
Yes.
it was super awesome.
It's so cool.
Highly recommend that you check it out. March of the First Order. This is cool because this used to happen all the time, and now it doesn't.
Right.
So this is really cool that they're bringing it back. 10 p.m., 11 p.m., and 12 p.m. If you checked out the video, I think Crystal posted today on our Instagram. It is the March of the First Order. That was actually from before Galaxy's Edge opened.
Yes,
and
it was
that was
like
in tomorrow.
May the 4th.
It was May the 4th weekend. Captain Phasma leads this. So, and then Galactic Encounters. So this is the characters that you're going to meet in the park.
Yep.
Just jumping off Main Street is going to have Ezra and Sabine. So they were there last year. Captain Rex there last year. So last year Ezra and Sabine were meeting in front of the fire station, and then they were switching out with Rex. There. And then the Seven Sister was meeting over by where the characters come out to the right, next
the Welcome
to
Friends doors.
The Mad Hatter.
Yeah.
Adventureland will have Zam Weasel. I don't know where this will be, but it will probably be next to. It'll be where the Encanto meet and greet area is by.
Encanto meet and greet. I think it's
I said Adventureland. My bad. I was saying Frontierland.
Oh yeah, so I think it's gonna be right where the stroller parking is for.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think
for the boat ride. Why can't I think of the name of it right now? Jungle Cruise.
Yes, thank you. Frontierland, I'll have BB-8 and C-110P, which is Chopper. So
and that'll
probably be by
Mirabelle and
where
Coco.
Mirabelle and Coco meet. Yeah, so right between like
Big Thunder
and the Mexican restaurant. I can't think of the name. Rancho de Zocalo. Critter Country will have the Ewoks, who are super creepy, to be honest. And then they're going to have the R5 droid with the Jawas, which I think is a good combination together. R5 is the red droid from A New Hope that Luke and his uncle buy first, and he has a bad motivator. And then R5 actually makes a big comeback in modern Star Wars as well. It's the same R5 droid. That's all I'll say. I think that one's new this year. I don't believe R5 and the Jawas were there last year. Chopper, I think, was there last year. I don't remember for sure. Zam, I think, was too. Queen Amidala was not, though. So in Fantasyland, you can meet Queen Amidala. This will probably be up between Matterhorn and Small World. Is where I'm imagining this will be. Up on the stage up there. That's where it usually is.
Right.
And then you're going to have Darth Vader and Darth Maul, R2-D2, Emperor Palpatine, and his Royal Guard. And that's in Tomorrowland. That is going to be over on the stage area, I believe, at the food restaurant there.
Galactic Grill?
Galactic Grill.
Yes.
I think that's in that stage area, and they rotate. So the upside is that
they'll probably be there, and then where Captain Neo, they always have a meet and greet there too.
That's probably where the droids will probably be over there. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes. And then Galaxy's Edge is going to have kind of the normal people.
Right.
I personally am not a fan of C-3PO and R2-D2 not meeting together.
I don't get why they're not
together. But Galaxy's Edge will have Chewbacca, Kylo Ren, Rey, V, Marathi, and the Mandalorian and Grogu. These are all characters you can meet every day.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you don't go to Disneyland every day, cool. Go see
Right.
them. These characters, though, I don't know if they will have a designated meet and greet or
Or if
they
they're
will be
just
walking
walking.
around. So
Right.
these characters generally do not have a actual meet and greet.
It'll
They're
probably
just
be
walking
Chewbacca at the
around.
Millennium Falcon.
Yeah.
Kylo Ren at his ship.
And I will say
Rey.
last year they didn't have meet and greets. They were walking around, but I
Right.
don't know what they're doing this year.
Right.
You'll notice this does not say meet and greets. It just says encounter characters throughout the park.
Right.
So I imagine that while everything above will probably be meet and greet style, these will be walking around. So they'll kind of stop for photos and stuff, but it's a little bit more tricky.
Right.
So
For sure.
again, the only one, like I said, C-3PO is the only one who is not out in Batuu ever. It's always R2-D2.
Yes.
And then moving down, we have lots of food items here.
All the food.
All the food. I'm going to zoom in more for us because I can't see it from back here. But yeah, Main Street is going to have this bulgogi toasted cheese sandwich and corn cheese soup. I imagine we will probably get that.
Yes.
Because we like bulgogi. We like toasted cheese sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
And Crystal, corn cheese soup is like right up her alley.
Yeah.
So,
corny and cheesy. I love it.
corny and cheesy. Everything else, the loaded corn dog may be good. I don't know. The bacon and slaw burger over in Tomorrowland sounds pretty good. The curry tip yip noodles could be good. I'm gonna go. They're probably not gonna be though, because that is gonna be at Pizza Planet. Pizza Planet's pretty miss.
Yes.
So try at your own risk anything at Pizza Planet,
100%.
including the Kashikian spicy meat pie slice. I don't feel like that's something a Kashikian would eat. What race is from Kaishek?
Kashikian.
Kashyyyk. What race is it?
Kaishak.
They're tall and hairy. There you
I
go. Wookiees come from Kashyyyk. I don't feel like they'd be eating pepperoni pizza, but hey, you know.
mean, they might be carnivores.
Galaxy's Edge looks
They
like
should have made like a turkey leg.
they should have.
I called it a pork leg.
Oh,
Fried pork.
roasted pork.
Roasted pork.
That would have been good, dude. That would have been good. Yeah, Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, most of these dishes, I can tell by the plates, they're all going to be at Docking Bay.
Yeah.
They look good. They're going to be probably pretty expensive, probably like $16.99 each.
Right.
They usually are.
Roughly.
It looks good. There's nothing here I really want to try, but I will say I wish that a lot of these would come to the menu normally or be on the menu
Right.
to try, because I'm not going to be able to
I
try all
want to try
these.
if it wasn't spicy, the puffer pig slider.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if it's like pulled pork.
Right. And Phyraxian spiced, so it's probably spicy, but
yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to tell, right?
Right.
Oh,
Wrong way. Fantasyland.
Yeah, I don't know. None of this really looks that good to me.
No.
Yeah, I'm probably, the food is probably going to be amazing. I think we're probably going to just be trying that sandwich, but we'll see how the night goes. Cafe Orleans is going to have a selection of appetizers from around the galaxy. A stellar. It's a great
Not
way.
the stellar.
Not around the galaxy. But yeah, so Cafe Orleans, you're
including plant-based options.
You're probably going to need a reservation. You may be able to do walk-up.
Right.
This option is going to take an hour out of your night. Easy.
100%.
An easy hour. So,
Yes.
be aware of that. If that's what's important to you, though, then absolutely do it. The Cantina snack mix is going to be at Oga's Cantina. Again.
It's going to be at Main Street.
Oh, damn. It is. My bad. This is... Oh. Thank you for correcting me on that, by the way. I just saw Cantina. I didn't even look.
Right.
It's probably the exact snack mix from the Cantina, then.
Yes.
If you've never been to Oga's, it's fine. It's good for walking around snack
Yeah.
food. The Phyraxian fries, Q mentioned these look a lot like the gyro fries. From Food and Wine. So if that's your thing. The Dark Side pretzel, it looks like frosted chocolate.
No, thank you.
Like, it might be good. I'm gonna pass. I'm not a big Disney pretzel fan. They always let me down. The Mossy Mint Churro, I'm interested to try this. I would like to try this one.
Okay. Wouldn't the Mossy Mint, like, it's being a, like, indoor type?
But then they have an indoor
But then they have an
forest
indoor
churro,
forest. Yeah, I'm confused.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I would say...
It looks like the Mardi Gras churro.
To be honest, I think mossy mint, for me, when I think of that, you're thinking like moss on a tree.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Dagobah swamp
Oh.
moss. So I think that's probably like, it's like a
Right.
Dagobah mossy mint churro. The Phantom churro, I'm guessing red like Darth Maul from the Phantom Menace.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe cinnamon flavored, not sure. And then the Endor
I think it's going to be like
churro.
cherry.
It could be cherry,
I don't think it'll be cinnamon.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And then Dark Side dip looks like some kind of chocolate pudding dip.
Yeah.
We'll probably try a couple of the churros. I really do want to try the mossy mint.
I would too.
I'm excited about that one. That's different.
Jay and Alex is gonna be like, it tastes like toothpaste.
That's true. That's true. Just kind of barely watching chat right now. We're gonna go through everything though.
Yes.
And catch up after this. Mark just jumped in. What's up, Mark? Galactic Princess Sundae. I gotta say, I love this.
I know. I want it.
Maybe we'll like order one for the end
yes.
of the night. Snacky Sundae also sounds awesome.
I feel like Lex is gonna get that.
Lex is gonna have to get it. I love that the strawberry macaron looks like Boba Fett.
I know, me too.
Which it could have easily just been the blue one from Mandalorian season 2.
Right.
So I love that they did something a little different. The Wookiee parfait looks good. Probably will skip it though. Pandan croissant. I don't know what that is.
It's a croissant.
The Dagobah beignets. These were the ones that Lilybeth
yes.
I think said they ordered. The Mos Eisley Spaceport cookies. That looks like a great sundae too.
Right.
I think if we do any of the desserts, we're probably going to do the Galactic Princess sundae and the
strawberry
Snacky
macaron.
sundae and the strawberry macaron. Will probably be the goal.
Dude, you guys, the blue cream soda.
The blue cream soda.
I love it so much. Anytime something blue came to Coke Corner, I immediately thought it was going to be this, and it never is. I am 100% excited to have this back in my life.
Yeah. This was really good, you guys, last year. The Zeltron Punch.
I read it as Xenon Punch, and I was like, what the heck?
This is probably going to be okay, but by the looks of it, it's either going to be mixed with Sprite or that crappy seltzer Disney likes to use.
Right.
Which they use at Pim's, and it tastes terrible. So if it's a seltzer, I'm going to skip it.
I don't think it would be a seltzer, though.
Well, it can be a non-alcoholic seltzer.
Oh, okay.
Not all seltzers are alcoholic.
I just want the Glow Cube.
I'm interested in the Bosque Brew. I'm interested in what those flavors are. I didn't look in the app today. What's up, Angie? Welcome.
Angie, I miss you.
And your new friend Ashley said, I will have one of each, please.
Yes,
there are a lot of good food options. I will say, you guys, I want you to watch our video. We love that you guys watch our video. But I know Magic Journeys...
Yes.
Is probably there tonight.
Yeah.
And they are all about trying everything.
Yeah.
They are a food channel first and foremost.
I really want to try the pineapple coconut juice.
Yeah, I'm down for that. You know, this is gonna be in Tomorrowland. I'm sure we're gonna make it over there, so we'll order this.
I also heard that the blue bantha and guava and dragon rum is really good.
This is gonna be in Oga's only, I think, though, because it has alcohol.
Yeah. I forgot who it was, had already got like a sneak peek at it, and they were like, this is so good. But yeah.
And then the Kashyyyk cold brew sounds good. I don't know if we're gonna make it over to Critter Country. That's so far. They've had something.
I mean, if we start in Batuu.
That's true. We could circle through.
Yeah, I feel like
I personally don't really want the cold brew. Unless somebody gets it tonight and loves it.
Isn't Lilybeth getting it?
Yeah, so if Lilybeth loves it, maybe we'll go grab it.
Yeah, I'll ask her tomorrow how she liked it.
The Dagobah Sunset, I'm not into this. I can tell it's gonna be too sweet. This is gonna be like is the frozen drinks they sell like everywhere. Mm-hmm. And then the Mustafar Slush, they used to do a similar drink to this in Tomorrowland. Yes. Star Wars themed as well.
Right.
Probably good. This is going to be, the Dagobah Sunset is going to be extremely sweet.
Oh, yeah.
This one will be a little less sweet, but still very sweet,
right.
guys. But I am interested. The blue cream soda last year, we all got it. Like, us, Jay, Mondo, all of us got it while we were waiting for fireworks.
I got it. I was the first one to get it, and I made everybody get it.
It was so good.
Yes.
I'm really interested to see what this Bosque Brew is going to be like, too. Mark... said Magic Journey said they are on a mission to try every item. They're really good about it. I would imagine, I'm not 100% sure, but I would imagine Ordinary Adventures also is really good about trying a lot of the food items too. But they try to balance it a little bit more with actually showing
getting
the
characters,
event and the characters. Whereas
Janelle McVie.
Janelle and McVie, they'll get a couple characters or walk by on the way to get food, but they are on a mission, you guys. If you ever see them at the park, say hi. but just be aware that they're there to like shoot content and they only have 4 hours.
Yes.
Say hi, but let them go. Even us, when we see them, they'll come over and we'll talk to them because
and don't give away their hiding spots.
Don't give away their hiding spot. Yeah, you'll notice they don't always post when they're in the park because they get stopped a lot. I'm sure because I'll be honest, we're much smaller channel and like I feel like we get stopped often and I love it.
Oh, 100%.
But man, I can't imagine how often like I can't imagine because we hung with Mondo.
Yeah.
And he gets stopped all the time too. So. Pumpkin's here said hi y'all, what up.
Hi Pumpkin.
So yeah, this is the food and the event. I think my initial reaction to this was a little underwhelmed on the character aspect, and I was really hoping we were gonna get Bo-Katan. This is the first time we haven't got a character from a new season,
right?
And I kind of thought that they were just holding on to Bo for Star Wars Night,
right? They
could still be holding on to Bo for May the 4th though. It's not unheard of for them to bring a character to an event that was not at previous events. We've seen it at Oogie
Maybe
Boogie.
They'll bring her and Ahsoka.
So,
because they have Ahsoka's costume.
Yes, but Ahsoka's costume was Clone Wars Ahsoka.
So
Clone Wars / Rebels.
Ahsoka is Ahsoka. I just want Ahsoka.
It is, but it's also not.
So you rather have no Ahsoka?
No, I'm just saying they're probably going to try to bring Ahsoka to look like what she's going to look like in her own show.
I think they're going to wait to bring Ahsoka until in the show.
Yeah, I think that last year's Ahsoka was a test run for how her tendrils looked.
Yeah.
And they didn't look good.
Right.
And I think that was probably one of the main reasons of the costume, you know, and why she was up there.
Right.
You know, but I'm glad they're trying new stuff. So, but I was really hoping we'd get Bo-Katan. And we still could, but I don't think so. So, but yeah, overall, I think we're pretty excited for the food items, excited for the event overall, really looking forward to it. So, I'm going to remove this for now, and we're back.
Yay!
We're back.
We missed you.
And let's catch up on some comments.
Yes.
Here, that's always the hardest part.
It would be where Be Yourself Adventure said goodnight.
Okay. I still don't get Anakin's motivation for Order 66 just because Palpatine told him. Seems wild. You know, he is, you know, basically an orphan, ex-slave, lots of childhood trauma, and, you know, Palpatine exploited his fears and stuff like that and was able to get him to believe the Jedi were going to turn against him, that the Jedi didn't want Padme to be saved, they didn't want Anakin to be happy. And, you know, it kind of makes sense. He really gaslit...
my bangs are driving me nuts right now.
Really gaslit him, so... Erica, we saw that. Is it true bartenders and Ogas get free drinks at the end of their shift? I'm not 100% sure. I don't know. I don't know any bartenders at Ogas. I do know bartenders in real life, and they usually will have a drink at the end of the shift. I could see Disney maybe being a little more strict about it since those bartenders are then getting off their shift and driving home right after.
Right.
Disney may be a little more strict. I'm not 100% sure, though. We got that already. Wouldn't it be cool if they changed the video on Smugglers like Star Tours does? That was the original idea. When they first pitched that ride, it was going to be like, you might get different adventures. And then I don't know what happened to that. I wish it would happen. I think that it's basically a video game, and it could have a couple different items. Sorry, I'm getting a little warm in here. So I'm going to put this up right here. Actually, it's that way, right? That way it doesn't spin. That would be awesome, though, Will. We wish it, too. Ezra, Sabine, Chopper, Rev, Zam, they have no idea. I have no idea who they are. They all seem and have seen all the films. Can you explain real quick? I saw Louise answering you a little bit. So Ezra, Sabine, C1, 10P, they are all from the TV show Rebels. It's an animated TV show. Don't let it being animated turn you off. It's amazing.
So good. It's my favorite.
It takes place after the Clone Wars.
Yes.
It's really good though. V is the smuggler kind of type.
She's from the
spy.
comic.
She's from Galaxy's Edge, basically. Right. She was invented for Galaxy's Edge. If you've ever seen her in the land, she's wearing like an orange jacket. She has like violet or bluish purple hair.
Yeah.
So she's from, like Chris said, the comics. I think she makes an appearance in a book and also the video game now.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, she's a kind of like Disney-made character for the land initially. Zam is the bounty hunter type ex-girlfriend of Poe from Rise of Skywalker that has like the metal bounty hunter face mask. And then Bo-Katan is from, you would see Bo-Katan in the Clone Wars animated cartoons. You'll see her in Rebels, and she's also in Mandalorian season 2 and 3.
Yes.
So, lots of good stuff. And then R5 is the droid that Luke and his uncle try to buy. That blows his motivator. Yes. But he also shows up later on in another TV show. Captain Rex is also from Clone Wars, so I highly recommend, Sam, you go watch Clone Wars. It has 7 great seasons.
Yes.
Some crappy episodes, I'll be honest. There are some that Lex probably loves with Jar Jar. But it has a lot of great episodes, great story, and it really made me appreciate the prequels a lot more. It really flushes out Anakin, Obi-Wan, what's happening to the Jedi kind of being clouded by the dark side. And then also it gives the clones like a lot of personality. Mm-hmm. Louise had jumped in. Oh, and then the Seventh Sister, you'll find them in Rebels. Also in the new Jedi Fallen Order series. So the first and the second game that just came out. The Seventh Sister is an Inquisitor, which is basically a fallen or dark Jedi that Vader has now trained to hunt other Jedi. They're not in the movies. They're in the comics. Then they made their way to Rebels. Now the video games. Very popular in the comics, though. I saw Louise jump in, so thank you for helping with that while we were going through everybody. Mm-hmm. Mark said lots of great food options. There's a lot of options. A lot of options. I will have one of each, please. Yeah, we covered that. Angie had said hi, so we're here. It's okay that you're late. Don't worry. Louis said, do you think they have so many food options so people will go multiple days to try it all? I think that's part of it.
I think that, and then it gives it more, like, wants throughout the park.
And that's the bigger thing, I think. Yeah. I think that's a great way.
Like, you're not going to have the giant lines at 3 locations. Yeah. It's going to be at 7 locations.
Yeah, and the more food items, the more spaced everybody is.
Yes.
And then not everybody's in line for the same characters in the same area. So I think that's a great thing overall. Magic Journey, blah, blah, blah. You guys are getting me so excited for all this food. You know, it looks great, Erica. Excuse me. Pumpkin has said, hi, y'all. Hello, hello. These look so tasty. I want to try them all. I know, they look great. They look great.
All right.
The Dark Side pretzel actually looks yummy. You know, I hope it's good. I'm not a fan of Disney pretzels usually. I haven't really liked one in a long time.
We're so, like, Wetzel pretzel people.
Mm-hmm. Angie said, love the new hairstyle, Crystal.
Thank
looking
you.
Gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
Looking gorgy, actually.
Gorge.
Oh,
gorge.
It's gorge with an exclamation mark.
Gorge.
I thought it was an I. I've had a lot to this.
And
then Pumpkin also said, love the bangs, Crystal. Yes.
Thank you.
Willow said, it's always like coaxium on Smugglers. Like, okay, we get it. Yeah, it would be great, like, if, like, one of the things, like, you're obviously, like, maybe could we just steal coaxium from a different place? Like, maybe we go to a different place for coaxium. I don't know. I agree, though, Willow.
You're right.
Do you guys plan to live stream from Star Wars May 4th? Would be fun having you show any of it. I don't think we're going to. Maybe. Sometimes Crystal will go live over on TikTok, because it's very easy to, like, pick up a live over there and walk around. I plan on shooting a vlog, so if I'm vlogging with the camera, it's very hard to do both.
Right.
And TikTok, going live on TikTok kind of allows Crystal to be able to get vertical video for us to make reels and stuff from later. So if we do go live, it will be over on TikTok, like, most likely.
And I'll post it on Instagram, letting you guys, with the link, letting you guys know.
Yeah, we'll usually post it on Instagram, so you know that will be live over on TikTok. I do plan on shooting a vlog. Like I said, we're going to be there with Jay and Lex. I think Q, a few other friends are going to be around. Mm-hmm. So, you know, there'll probably be like a whole little cast of characters, and it should be a fun night.
I love it, a cast of characters.
Ange said, I'll be there May 4th, finally going to Disney. So, Ange, we're going to be there. So, I really hope that we get to see you at least.
Are you going to Star Wars Night or just Disney? Like, during the day?
Oh, you're right. I think she's just going during the day. But we'll be there by 6.
Right.
So hopefully we still get to see you if you're not going to be at Star Wars Night. So earlier, you guys, if you're just tuning in, thank you for sticking with us while we were talking about Star Wars and stuff. We talked about what our favorite Star Wars movies were. Just as a recap, mine is Empire.
Mine's a Solo.
So let's talk about like favorite Star Wars character.
Sabine. And Chopper. If I had to pick one, it's Chopper. I freaking love his attitude. Oh, I love how he gets so mad over everything. It's so me.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yes. I really wish if he makes that sound, I will literally die.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm sure he does.
I'm
sure he does.
I'm gonna have to find either a clip of it or learn how to make it myself and like walk up to him and be like, wah, 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 wah.
I think my favorite is Ahsoka. It's pretty
100%,
easy.
yeah.
Ahsoka. Great character arc through the Clone Wars, and beyond. I'll just say.
Yeah.
I think she's great. I love that she's just like very different than any other character at that time. So that would be mine. And said just Disney during the day. Yes, I will make sure I get to see you guys. So it's good. Yeah, we'll see.
You can hide in my pocket.
So yeah, make sure you guys in the comments let us know what your favorite characters are.
Yes.
Louise said Vader, followed by Boba Fett. I think those are great choices.
I remember when Boba Fett was your favorite.
Strong. Boba Fett was my favorite for a long time. He's still up there. I'm not the happiest with what Disney has done to his backstory.
Right.
But I still think he's a great character. I'm very big on all Mandalorian-esque characters.
Right.
So,
you
yeah.
just love Mandalorian. I freaking love,
Darth Maul's in my top 3 characters, too. I love Darth Maul.
Yeah.
He has a great, story arc, too.
For sure.
Which was you guys' first Star Wars night, and how has it evolved? Well, they've only had one Star Wars night so far, Willow. We had tickets for the 2020 Star Wars night, which was obviously canceled because of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Disney then was able to either refund you or move your ticket to the 2022 Star Wars night.
Yes.
Which we went to. We went to the one during Celebration weekend, and it was amazing. We had a blast. We had so much fun, It was hectic. It was crazy. We didn't get to do everything we wanted, but it was still a lot of fun. Really looking forward to this year. Star Wars night is probably one of those nights, if I had an unlimited budget, I would go to all 4. I'd probably go to all 4.
Yeah.
And really focus on meeting the characters and stuff like that.
It's
just too much money though.
Yeah.
It's just too much. Star Wars night is probably one of our top events.
Yeah.
Oogie Boogie takes the cake. But Star Wars night for us as Star Wars fans is right behind it.
I don't know. I really enjoyed Throwback Night.
Throwback Night was a lot different, though. So it'll be interesting to see how we rank them after this.
Okay.
So maybe we can do a ranking.
Okay.
Maybe next live we'll rank every event we've been to.
Oh, that'd be fun.
That'd be kind of cool, Louis said totally agree, Nick. I think with the Boba Fett stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mark said I like Darth Maul. He has an awesome story. It's a great story. Grogu, Jar Jar, and just all the Stormtroopers. Lex likes all the Stormtroopers. But if Grogu's your favorite, I feel like maybe you don't like the Stormtroopers from Season 1 of Mando where they punch him when he's in the bag of the spear. So that's a little contradictory.
I know. How much do you like Grogu?
I don't know.
I feel like Grogu's your world. If you like the people that beat him, that says a lot about you.
Is it all Stormtroopers except those 2?
Right.
Real quick, though, I saw a hilarious TikTok. So you guys know the joke about Stormtroopers being terrible shots.
Yeah.
It's a meme, right? They can't hit anything.
Right.
So this one girl that streams, I guess I'd never seen her before, but on TikTok, she put a clip up from her live stream where she was playing as Cal on the new game, going across bars, and there's 2 Stormtroopers. She's playing on the Jedi Knight Master mode, whatever the highest mode is.
Yeah.
And she's just there, and the Stormtroopers can't hit her. Every shot, she stopped moving, and they can't hit her. She's like, I'm gonna go get a drink. She comes back, is not hit. And she's like, I really appreciate that they're keeping the canon lore of Stormtroopers. I just thought that was really funny.
That's hilarious.
And how it's evolved like that, because in A New Hope, we haven't even really met a Stormtrooper. We've seen them, but we haven't really met them yet. But we think they're badasses, right? Because they're Obi-Wan literally says, only Imperial Stormtroopers could aim this precise. You know what I mean? And then everything from there out, they just miss every shot. Because character plot armor is more important than real armor. You know what I mean? But it's just funny. I was dying when I saw that. I'm pretty fond of Darth Bane as well. Gotta love the guy who founded the Rule of Two. 100%. So Louise is talking about... basically, the Sith keep going in waves where they get power, and then they turn on each other, and they wipe each other out. And then So Darth Bane started the rule of two, which there's only a master and an apprentice, and then that apprentice will eventually kill the master and then take a new apprentice, and that's how the Sith continue to live.
Oh, yeah.
And so Darth Bane had an amazing set of books, a trilogy. It would make an amazing show. They may touch on some of it in Alkalite. Honestly, like the idea, I would love to see his name dropped. He's never been in like canon movies or shows yet, but it would be great to see him. He's a great character. I agree with you, Louise. My favorite character, if we're gonna go like Legends canon, like that people don't know, is Darth Revan.
Right.
From the video games Knights of the Old Republic. Really, really great story. And you want to talk about like seeing the Sith Empire in its like heyday, right?
Yeah.
Where there's as many Sith as there are Jedi. I want to see that in the TV shows or movies, but I didn't realize last year was the first Star Wars night. It's probably just because like you knew there was one before, but it just didn't happen because of COVID. So, yeah. Think they would ever bring Oogie Boogie to Disneyland? I don't think so. I think it is really a good event in California Adventure. I think California Adventure's layout is better for it.
Right.
And it's a good way to be able to keep Disneyland open until midnight most of those nights and still have people over at California Adventure.
Right.
So, I don't think it'll ever go back. Mickey's Not So Scary was at Disneyland for a long time, though.
Right.
And then they moved it back to DCA during the construction of Galaxy's Edge.
Yes.
So, but to be fair, it only moved to Disneyland during the construction of California Adventure 2.0.
Oh, yeah.
Which was
Buena
Cars Land, Buena Vista Street, and all that. So, technically, Mickey's Not So Scary, if I remember right, was always at California Adventure because it was a way to keep California Adventure open later for an event, but still have Disneyland open for the rest of the crowds.
That's why I'm really surprised they don't have more events at DCA.
Yeah. A lot of them are, though. I feel like there's more events at DCA than there is Disneyland. We'll have to tally it up, but it's not like astronomically more. It'd only be a couple more.
I don't even know. Like, it only had Marvel Night and Oogie Boogie.
And
what
Villains.
Else? Oh, yeah.
You know, but yeah, and wasn't what event did Mondo absolutely love?
Oh,
Grad Night was at California Adventure.
Right. Okay.
You know, so
I forgot those.
I do think, but it still doesn't like vastly outweigh the other ones because they still had the Christmas event. I can't think of Not So Merry because it sucked.
Yes.
But they had
Merriest
the Christmas,
Nights.
Merriest Nights. They had Throwback Night.
Right.
They have Valentine's.
Princess.
They have Princess. So, I mean, it's probably pretty even, to be honest.
Yeah.
You're probably right. If anything, DCA maybe has, like, one more. But, honestly, now that we're saying it, they're probably even, or maybe Disneyland has one more.
Yeah.
Because
now it has Pride.
And it has going to have Pride and Star Wars Night.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we could just do let's just count real quick. So, Disneyland has Star Wars Night.
Okay, let's start at the beginning of the year. It started with Sweethearts Night. Was there anything for January?
No.
No, so Sweethearts Night.
Sweethearts.
Then there was Princess.
Yep.
Then there was
the Throwback. Star Wars. And Pride. And at DCA, all we're getting this year is...
And then there's a Grad Night that they had. But they're not having it this year.
So we can't count it. Because we didn't count Merriest over here.
Okay.
So, and then this year, all there's going to be is Oogie Boogie.
Oogie Boogie.
There's no other late night, right? Are we missing one? I feel like we're missing one. But maybe it was last year and I'm thinking of Villains Night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. It is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
So she said all the troopers.
All the troopers.
Okay. All right. What has been the top 3 best Star Wars character interactions? Any good ones with the Stormtroopers?
So we did have a good one when our friend Alicia was out here. And we were just sitting in Batu shooting Stormtroopers. And they came up and they saw her with her camera. And, like, the Stormtroopers came up and started interrogating her. And then Kylo Ren came out and started interrogating her, too. And then, like, I had it all recorded, but then my audio went out. I do not know what happened, and it's driving me nuts.
Yeah.
But that was a good one.
One time Crystal was dressed up like Chewbacca.
It was Dapper Day in
Dapper
November
Day.
2019.
Yeah. And the Stormtroopers came over and started hassling her. She had her little porg.
Yes.
Her like, Chewbacca belt crossbody.
Yeah, I had
really
a veil cage, a birdcage veil that had the Millennium Falcon in it.
Yeah.
And they, like, came over and they took me, like, to interrogate me.
Yeah.
Literally walked me, like, shame, shame status.
And Crystal was only speaking Wookiee to
Yes.
them for a while. It was hilarious, dude. It was really funny.
Or there was a one time when Kylo Ren came up to you when we were. What video were we shooting?
Oh man, that was recent. That we have that someplace. We never put it out.
Yeah.
I think it was when we were just shooting Stormtroopers 2 that day, and he came by and was like interrogating me.
No, it was we were shooting something specifically. I don't know, but we came.
Oh, we were.
Yeah, we were over there, and so they were sitting there like questioning Nick and what he's doing, and they asked him if he was a Wookiee. And, of course, I was like, he turns to me, he's all, that's a no.
That's a no, yeah. Yo, what's up, Max?
I think Stormtroopers are fun.
Yeah.
They're a lot of fun. It, like, they don't give you the best interactions because they have their, like, set phrases and whatnot. But, yeah, they're fun.
25 years ago, we started episode 1. How many more episodes do you think we'll get in the next 25 years, and where will the story go? I think in the next 25 years, I don't think we're going to get a lot of episodes. I think we'll get 6. I think we'll get 2 more, like, real, like, episodic trilogies.
Yeah.
But I do think when Disney first bought Lucasfilms, they were going to do a lot of, like, movies between the episodes.
Yeah.
And they only did Rogue One and then Solo bombed.
Right.
And they stopped. They had like a Mace Windu movie planned and an Obi-Wan movie, which eventually became the TV show, and a Yoda movie. They were like, we're gonna tell everyone's backstory,
which I wish they did.
Yes and no. I think that there's good stories to tell there, but I do think that we're gonna get more stuff like Mandalorian, like the show coming up, Skeleton Crew, like stuff that's like I think like. Your main episodes, I'm okay with them kind of continuing that story. Like, I'm going to call it the Skywalker saga, maybe like indirectly now with like Rey, right? And then stories in between that tell the rest of the galaxy stories. Yeah. So it's going to be really interesting. In the books, Marty, there's a lot of like things that come from like the unknown regions or other galaxies. That way it's not always just like, oh, we're fighting the Empire again. Because it does get old. Even in the old books, they didn't fight the Imperial Remnant forever. Mm-hmm. And so hopefully they do stuff like that. I hope it's not always just like the First Order is back again, the Stormtroopers are back. I hope they don't do that. So, Revan was awesome. Yes. If you can't tell, I'm with a Lord. I'm with you, dude. I appreciate that. It all started with a mouse. I just need a Walt Disney night. A Walt Disney night would be pretty dope.
Like, what would they have on that night?
It would be Throwback Night, though.
Right.
It'd basically be... I think Throwback Night was probably as close as you're going to get to that. And I don't think Disney will ever... What I do wish they would do, though, and it'd have to be done tastefully, is I would absolutely love to see a very high-quality audio animatronic of Walt. Yes. Hall of Presidents, Abraham Lincoln style, where you get to see him give... key speeches through his history.
I would cry.
Dude, everybody would cry. But like, how amazing would that be? I would also be okay if they could do it in like hologram form. The hologram technology's come quite a way. I know it's hard to restore that. I think it would be amazing personally, even if it wasn't something they did all the time, but maybe brought in for the next big like anniversary of the park. Yeah. Right? Because we just celebrated 65 not long ago, right? So we're gonna be at 70. Like something like that
75.
For the 70 or 75th would be like, I think would be the next big amazing. Celebration. I think that would be super cool. Something like that. Yeah. I would love to see that. I wonder if they ever got over his hate for Honey Smacks. I don't know, man. I don't know. Will say Kylo Ren wiped out the audio. Yeah, he
it's funny. It's funny too because like I think right before that he tells the stormtrooper erase the data pad. The data pad.
Imagine if they have that ability.
Right?
I remember you guys had a great Ezra and Sabine interaction, right? I think we did. Them walking by. I think we had a good one, too. But we didn't stand in line to meet them. We got them walking by, but we still were able to get a good one. Mace Windu movie set in Pulp Fiction's universe.
Yes!
That'd be pretty cool. Nick, animatronic Walt Disney is such a great idea. It honors Walt's vision of Hall of Presidents, Carousel Progress, etc.
Yes.
Agreed. And I think it would be awesome too. As Disneyland fans, I don't think we appreciate Roy Disney nearly as much as like our Walt Disney World Disney adults do. But imagine if like we got a Disneyland animatronic and they got a Roy.
That would be cool.
Or maybe both get both.
Yeah.
And you get to see like these iconic moments of their life creating what, you know, we're still enjoying today.
Yeah.
Like, it would be absolutely amazing. And I don't think down the road that they could add Eisner and like, not
right.
Chapek, but, you know, they added other presidents that we don't like.
I was gonna
too,
say.
So they're, you know, but I do think just focusing on like the legacy of Disney where it started with Walt and even Roy would be like a really good attraction.
Right.
And it would be a cool way to, like, at Disneyland, you could throw it in the Abraham Lincoln. Just move him out for, like, a month.
Mm-hmm.
Or for a set amount of time and, like, rotate it with Walt.
Like, every July becomes moments with Walt Disney.
Maybe June, when Disney's anniversary
is. It's July.
Oh, it is July. You're right. My bad. But I'm... And, you know, I was going to say July sucks because 4th of July, I feel like they should leave Abraham and the Hall of Presidents alone.
Right.
But that's the beginning of the month.
Right.
Like, Disney's birthday is in the middle of the month.
Right.
So I don't know why I was thinking June right now. Yeah, July 17th.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that would be awesome, dude.
Right.
That would be super cool. And everybody would check it out because it'd be brand new, amazing, and it'd be July. So, of course, you're going to want to be in there because it's nice and cool. Yes, give us both Walt and Roy. Eisner and Iger is cool, too. Yeah, 100%. I think it'd be cool, but I don't want them right away. Like, I don't need the Avengers of Disney leaders, right? I just want to focus. Give us Walt and, if you want, Roy at the same time, or one at each park. But I feel like Walt would still be amazing.
Right.
I feel like I'm sinking.
I like it, he said do in December for his. So what if they do like the layover for Haunted Mansion? Half of the year it's this, and half of the year it's that.
They could do that too. Yeah. Yeah. The Avengers of Disneyland leaders. Exactly. Exactly. So.
Yes.
But I do think that would be really cool. So I don't know if anybody knows any Imagineers. I don't need credit for it. Just do it.
Right.
That's enough for me.
Yes.
I do think that there probably are people who are like, that would be amazing. But there are people who be like, oh, they're just dragging Walt out to sell tickets. But like, I think that Walt Disney...
you're already at Disney because you're there for his...
But like, Walt Disney was a futurist.
Yeah.
Like, he would be 100% okay with it.
Why wouldn't you want to, like...
And I'm not saying, like,
have
make
a memory
him
of
say
him.
new things.
Right,
like,
no.
Don't use AI to recreate things. Like,
Don't bring a meet and greet because then he's going to have to be up to date.
Yes, I don't want a meet and greet.
No.
I don't need any of that. Like, just give us him with iconic speeches from iconic parts of his life.
Yeah.
You know?
Just like how they do with Mr. Lincoln.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It would be amazing.
Aww. And then it ends with his Walt speech. Aww.
And it would be really cool. They could also bring that to the Walt Disney Family Museum.
Yeah.
Like, if you guys are ever in San Francisco, I want to go back and do, like, a full vlog, because we weren't vlogging when we went. That was, like, 2016 or 17. But we went to the Walt Disney Family Museum, and, like, it was amazing, you guys. Like, it was so good. Like, all the history of the Walt Disney Company, of Walt himself, of Disneyland. It ends on a very sad note with his passing. And all of, like, the media and the artists that created, like, stuff for it. But it basically just tells the story of his life and of what he's given us, you know?
Right.
And his heritage of Disney.
Yeah.
Amazing. You can see Crystal's a little emotional about it, as she was when we were there. Like, it was, if you are a huge Disney fan, like, that is a must if you can get there. Like, it's a must.
Yes.
It's a must.
It is.
I would give you credit for it, like a plaque and a center stage. That's great. I don't need it. I would love it. Don't get me wrong. But I don't need it.
He just signs the floorboard.
Yeah, I think a hologram is also a fun idea. I think it works. I think it would maybe even be a little easier because they can use like CG and AI and hide it a little bit.
Right.
It would maybe look a little bit more realistic, a little less creepy.
Yeah.
Because sometimes like those animatronics can be a little creepy because they hit that like that weird place, you know?
Yeah.
Between like looking too real, but we can still tell they're off.
Yeah.
But like I think Abe Lincoln looks great.
Yeah.
We've been to Disney World twice and we never went in the Hall of Presidents.
I know. I really wanted.
Surprisingly, we never made it in there. So, I love the museum in Santa. It's so good. It's so good. Super affordable. And what's great is if you live in that area, they actually like so it has like the main museum that pretty much stays like pretty much the same, I think, all the time. But then they have different parts that you can purchase in your tour.
Membership, yeah.
And you'll see things that they swap in and out. Like, I think when we were there, they had something for Pinocchio that was, like,
They
special.
did. Yes.
That I don't remember if we had to pay extra or not for it, but I do remember we, like, went to a different part of the building, or even a different building, maybe.
No, it was, like, a separate room, and we took a picture in front of Monstro.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But, like, that's only there, like, limited time. It swaps out with, like, other stuff.
Yeah.
So if you live in the area and you've been once, it may be worth looking to go again just to see stuff like that. Can't Tony Stark just bring back Walt himself, right? Man.
Yeah.
I live about an hour away from San Francisco and have been, but I need to go back. They have lots of exhibits.
Yeah.
That make it fun to go back. Exactly. Like, the exhibits rotate out. Like, your main museum is, like, the same. But it's kind of like if you go to the Natural History Museum or, like, a big, like, normal museum in your area, they're always going to have, like, maybe, like, a special King Tut thing for
different
a little while.
Exhibits, yeah.
Or the Titanic exhibit might come by. It's kind of the same idea, but for Disney nerds. And it's amazing.
Yes.
Super amazing. Back to Star Wars, though, as we I think we're probably going to start kind of wrapping up. We don't have like a lot to talk about tonight. We just wanted to come hang out. Obviously, May 4th, we'll be at Star Wars Night.
Yeah.
But, you know, we're pretty big Star Wars fans around here. You know, we really, I was like, I don't have any Star Wars ears, though. Really do need to order some ears.
We were going to order the Death Star one, and then we never did.
For good reasons, yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Bummer.
Didn't they send us?
Oh, maybe they did.
They did.
Maybe they're in that box. I haven't opened that box yet. So yeah, we're looking forward to going to Star Wars Night. I'm not going to be dressed up. Crystal, it sounds like you're going to be wearing a Sabine jacket?
Yeah, Sabine jacket. I still want to wear my Star Wars outfit that I had made for the preschool. But it's just so difficult.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. I'm not going to dress up, though. I'll probably wear this hat.
Right?
Probably wear this hat.
Yeah.
Maybe, though. I don't really like to sweat in this hat because you can see it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's why I usually like to wear dark hats, so if I'm sweating, you don't see it.
Right.
And then, like, it is already kind of stained from sweating in it because I can't really wash this. I just can brush it. You know? Because I don't, it's paint. This is all painted. Not R2J2 painted. But she'd probably do an amazing job,
right?
Too. I don't know, I don't think she's still here. But does she paint adult, like, men's hats?
I haven't seen her do it yet. She paints purses. She paints straw hats.
I might have to. Maybe that's what I should have her do. Some hats for me.
Right?
That might be cool. All right. That's something to think about, you know? But yeah, we're excited, though. We're excited to celebrate Star Wars a lot.
Yes.
Think they would make a live-action Princess Tiana soon. I honestly, I do.
Yeah.
I think that, like, I personally thought we would get live-action Tiana before a live-action Moana. Yeah. Because, like, Moana's so new, and maybe that's why they're trying to capitalize on Moana, you know?
Right.
I think Princess and the Frog has aged well.
Yes.
I think it's a popular movie now, but when it came out, I don't think it did extremely well. Right. It was kind of like in that era where they were transitioning from normal animation into like the 3D like rendered animation, and like it was like, I think, I could be wrong, but I do think Princess and the Frog was like one of the last traditional animated movies from Disney Animation. Because I think after that is Tangled, and that's CG, and everything after that is CG. I could be wrong, but I think it's the last one.
I don't remember.
I think it's the last one. Maybe if somebody in the chat knows, I feel like it's the last one, or one. It's at least one of the last ones. I think it would be great in live action. I think they could tell that story very well in live action. It's going to be interesting to see how The Little Mermaid does. I think it's dumb that there's so much controversy over changing the character's skin color, and I do think that's going to overshadow like legitimate concerns of the movie. I think everything looks good. I think Melissa McCarthy looks great as Ursula.
Right.
But I'm without seeing the movie, I am not a fan of what they did to Scuttle and Flounder, Sebastian. Yeah. Like I'm not a fan at all.
Did you see that? I think it was at the Met Gala. They freaking, like, she's up there doing her little posing, and all they freaking questioned her was, would you ever eat Flounder or Sebastian?
People are stupid.
Like,
They're just gonna try to ask stupid
hello.
questions. But I'm interested to see how that movie does, and its reception may build or slow down the live action remakes. I wish Disney would just go back to making like original live action stuff and stop remaking everything personally.
Right. I can't find it.
But it's alright. Besides Guardian of the Galaxy and Little Mermaid, which movies are you guys excited to see? What else are you excited for?
I don't even know.
I'm excited for the Into the Spider-Verse sequel.
Ooh.
Really excited for that. Loved the first one.
Yeah. That was good.
We didn't see it in theaters. I kind of slept on it, and we will see this one in theaters.
Yes. I don't even know.
Fast and the Furious 10.
Yes.
I mean, terrible movies, but in a great way, usually. Yes. Excited for that.
Oh, I miss Vin Diesel.
Right, I miss the family. Excited for the Transformers movie.
Right.
Looks really good. We wanted to watch Peter Pan and Wendy this week. We just haven't had time.
We have the Marvels that are coming.
The Marvels coming this summer. I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
I really, really loved Miss Marvel.
Right.
So we'll see how that is. The other two characters, like actual Captain Marvel, I don't really care for. And Monica Rambeau, I don't think she was a good character in WandaVision that much.
Yeah.
She was fine.
Right.
But hopefully they'll bring more of her out.
Right.
And, I'm interested in it. I really am interested in the dynamic that Miss Marvel will add,
Right.
What else? I'm trying to think of, what other trailers we watched.
Nick is a big movie guy, so he's excited to see every movie for its own reason.
I'm pretty much excited for any movie coming out, to be honest. They released a teaser for something that somehow I missed was even being created. Anthony Mackie, who plays the Falcon and now Captain America, will be starring in a TV show on Peacock, which makes me not that excited for it. But it's based on a video game called Twisted Metal. From the PlayStation 1 and 2 era was when it was really big. And this game is like car combat. There was a story, but it didn't really make sense.
Yeah.
And you were just like post-apocalyptic. That every year on Christmas Eve there was a tournament where like all the cars have missiles and guns and you're competing to the death on Christmas Eve. I don't know. It was so much fun though, and like when I say that was like my childhood playing those two games. Oh, they have multiple games, but they're making a TV show on that, so I'm actually excited for that. But I'm expecting it to not be good.
Yeah. And
then really not a movie, but Ahsoka in August.
Right.
Very excited to see.
Yeah.
Now I'm kind of wondering like what other movies are coming out this summer that I'm
Open up a can of worms asking him about movies, guys. Looks like we're here for another hour.
I am. You can go to bed. You can sign off if you're tired, love. Oh, you were excited for the Barbie movie?
Yes, I want to see Barbie. Nick doesn't.
I'll go see it. I'll go with you. Like, I think it'll be funny. I'm not like, oh my god, I have to see it. Funny though, casting rumors right now. Margot Robbie, obviously Barbie. Yeah. She plays Harley Quinn, most notably. Apparently up for Sue Storm in Fantastic Four with Marvel.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel. I like Margot Robbie a lot. I don't know how I feel about her as Sue Storm.
Did they confirm it?
No, it's not confirmed.
No, I heard that, yeah.
It's not confirmed. It's one of the one of many rumors.
Right.
One of many rumors. Okay, obviously Guardians. Oh, you know what? I don't know any of these other movies. Fast 10. Oppenheimer, about the guy that created the nuclear or the atomic bomb. It wasn't nuclear yet. That looks amazing, you guys. Night Guys got to go to a meeting. Another great live. Make sure to smash those likes. Thanks, Louise. Have a good meeting, buddy. Did Crystal know many animators working at the parks?
I didn't know them, but working in the stores, I met a lot of them. I actually met like a lot of Pixar animators over like Imagineers.
I guess that kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah, because so I met them all because while I was working there, they were talking about making Paradise Pier Pixar beer. So we didn't know that at the time, but looking back, like every time that they all came through was so they could talk about the remodel of it. So that's how I knew. I met a lot of the Pixar animators.
That's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
And you probably got to know, like, I know they're not
Like,
like Disney animators, but the artists in the stores that draw, like, you probably got to know them.
Yes, I knew quite a few of them.
Who many of them are probably aspiring animators,
right?
Or maybe didn't quite make it,
right?
But they're still really talented.
Yes. I did have a card signed by the guy that created a Mr. Prickly Pants.
Okay.
I don't know where it is though. It's probably in my box. That's all of my cast member stuff. That was like my highlight to meet him. But yeah, I've met more of like the Pixar family than I have like the Disney.
But I think it makes sense because the era you worked there, Pixar was still like king.
Yeah.
Like, Frozen was coming out and had just come out.
Right.
Like, I think Pixar was still king. Like, Moana wasn't there yet.
Right.
You know, so it makes sense. Rochelle said, when you guys get a chance to go back to San Francisco, check out the Tonga Room at the Fairmont. It's a really fun tiki bar. That sounds dope.
All right, let's go.
Sounds awesome. Captain Marvel looks really good. I think it looks great. I think it's going to be really funny. I think the dynamic between every time one of them tries to use their powers, they freaking switch spots. I think that it's going to be chaotic. And by, like, the middle of the film, before they resolve it, they're going to be able to start using it to, like,
their
as
advantage,
a strength.
yeah.
You know, as their advantage. And I think I hope we're going to get some very creative fight scenes, you know? Because you have to kind of get creative. Captain Marvel herself is super overpowered.
Right.
She's basically, like, Thor, God of Thunder level, like, power. And, like, she can't really be hurt, so it's kind of boring. Whereas, like, Thor has fought enemies that, like, almost kill him.
Right.
So I think, hopefully there's some, like, really good creative stuff. Oh, I lost my mouse. Peter Pan and Wendy wasn't very good. That's a bummer. Wow. I actually hadn't seen anybody post it about
me either.
Which made me think it probably wasn't very good. Miss Marvel looks so fun. I love Twisted Metal. I'm glad I'm not the only one. I'm glad. It was an awesome game, yeah.
That's funny.
Do you guys have an unlimited movie theater subscription? You know, funny enough, we don't.
Right.
We did. We had Movie Pass when it was still around before it died, and then is now coming back. But it's not as good. We didn't use it nearly enough, though, because we're very picky about the theaters we watch movies in. Like, or I say we are, but it's mostly me.
Right.
But I think Crystal's kind of grown to become picky of it.
Right.
But probably not as bad as I am. Very picky, and a lot of the movie theaters by us, they don't have the best stuff. So I don't know how I feel about her as Sue Storm. Either seems off. Yeah, I think there's better casting choices. But again, I've really learned over the years to just, like, trust the casting process.
Right.
Because I haven't really been let down yet. I don't think. I can't think of one person they've cast that I felt, like, really bummed out with. While they're talking about making it Pixar Pier, how many years before? For a while.
Oh, yeah.
A while.
Like
5 years before, at least.
When I, like, hired in 2013.
Yeah.
Is when they were already talking about it.
Yeah.
So I don't know how long before that.
Yeah, I think Pixar Pier is like 2017 or 18.
Yeah, I think it was the year after I had left.
Yeah.
So, or the year that I did leave, yeah.
Are you guys excited, and is Crystal ready to cry? I honestly think I'm going to probably cry in Guardians. I think it's going to get me. I am super excited to see it, though. I'm nervous, but I am so excited. We have our tickets for... It's weird, because we always watch Marvel movies on Thursday, but this year we'll be at Star Wars night.
Right.
So we're going to see Guardians on...
Friday morning.
So please, no spoilers to us.
Mm-hmm.
After Friday, if you want to DM us and talk about the movie, awesome.
Right.
But no spoilers, please. I will block you.
Yes.
Like, I take spoilers very serious.
Yes.
We have blocked many people that we followed and used to follow us from, like, posting, like,
on their stories.
On stories and stuff like that. Don't be that person, you know? But yeah, we're excited. Really excited. Crystal, I ordered, we finally opened it. I knew I had it, but I got, Funko dropped a, like, baby Rocket flocked. He's not in his shirt or anything like that. We'll probably post him for a Funko Friday picture this week. We're trying to figure out what to do with him. But Crystal almost started crying just looking at that pop.
Yes,
so
he's staring at me right now.
Yeah. And that scene that they released of
I'm sitting here on this couch while Nick's working, and, like, I'm scrolling through TikTok, and then I see Marvel's post on, like, that clip, And like,
and to be fair, so I just want to interject real quick. I had seen that clip the night before, right before we went to bed,
right?
And I almost sent it to you, and I was like, no, she's gonna be crying before bed.
Yeah.
And I think you might, because I'll end up on TikTok for a while, and Crystal usually fall asleep before me. And I think you were already asleep, so I was like, I'm just not gonna send it to her. She'll see it.
Yeah.
And
yeah. So like all the day that it dropped, I was working in the yard. Like I was cleaning up, like mowing, everything you could think of. Like I was in the backyard doing yard work. And so I saw it the next day, and I'm sitting here, and I have my phone, and I'm watching it, and then like I had to put my phone down after it was done. And Nick turns around, and he looks at me, and I just started bawling. I could not stop. I
knew she was watching it because I could hear it. Like so I knew what you were watching.
Yeah.
I will say though,
I like needed 7 hugs in that like,
I was like
10 minutes.
I was like, do you need a hug? You know?
Yeah.
I will say that the creatures, like his friends,
yes.
Wait until y'all see the final design of the rabbit floor.
Aww.
With the weird,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
He is both aw and oh. So just be ready for that. I'm not gonna give it away, but I saw James Gunn. That way you don't go looking if you don't want to see it. But James Gunn tweeted they basically paid one of the animators to like do a proof of concept that they could even bring this character in a realistic way to life with what it looks like. And he released that concept footage, and I was like, well, first of all, that's some of the best CG animation I've seen since Thanos, because it fucking looks real.
Yeah.
And then second of all...
Is it like those little, what Nick, or what Mason used to have when he was little? The, like happy pets, and then you squeeze them, and they're like, eh.
I mean, he could do that. I don't know about that.
Oh, okay.
But just the design of him is very...
Oh, my gosh.
I don't want to give too much away, but I feel like the dude, the guy, I forget what his name is, that doing all these experiments, the main bad guy.
Yeah.
Maybe, like, he would have been buddies with Sid from Toy Story. That's all I'm going to say. All right?
Maybe it is Sid.
Maybe it's, well...
in another universe.
Maybe, yes. It's a, what's the Marvel word for it?
Multiverse?
Yeah, but what's the... I can't think of it. Like, you can exist, different versions of you. I can't think of what it is, though.
I can't
think of it either. Sorry, y'all. I think we'll cry the most of any movie in Guardians. I think so. I think Guardians will be the most emotional movie since Endgame.
Yeah.
I think so.
Variants,
yes.
Willow. Thank you, Willow.
Thank you, Willow. Imagine if they got Johnny Depp in Marvel for the right role. I'm down for that. I would love to see Depp in a Marvel movie. My concern with Johnny Depp is the last, 15 years of his career, he's just been playing eccentric. Like, I feel like Johnny Depp has stopped playing characters, and they're just eccentric versions of that character.
So he's like
Johnny
The Rock.
Depp. He's like The Rock, but better at least. But it doesn't always work either.
Right.
Like, I would like to see Johnny go back. I still think he's a great Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
I don't want Pirates without him.
Right.
But I would like to see him play a character, I'm gonna say I was gonna say play the character straight, but I don't mean sexually.
Yeah.
Don't make him just some weird ass Johnny Depp character if it doesn't fit the character, you know?
Right.
In fact, don't let him play an eccentric character like that.
Right.
Make him play some serious role like he used to do back in the day, and let us see his acting skills again. I would love it. If you had to do it over, would you still choose Star Wars Night over Guardians 3 opening? I think so. I think.
Yes.
I mean, I will say
we picked May 4th just because it's Star Wars Day.
Yes, and I did not.
We did
argue.
argue.
I did not remember.
Right. And we did argue between opening night and Star Wars Day. We threw it up for a while when they announced the dates.
Because we do like to go to opening night. It's the best night to create content, get it out. It's gonna get the most views. It's gonna help the most people.
Right.
But at the end of the day, Star Wars Day, we'd rather go.
Right.
Most of our friends are going on Star Wars Day, so we'd rather go. And I just think it makes more sense. Plus, I'll be honest, I like when we can go to an event on a Thursday over a Tuesday, because I usually take the next day off. I'll work the day of the event, and I take the next day off. So in this case, it's Friday. Or else I'm taking Wednesday off, or I'm going to work like I did last time.
Right.
It's a long day. And if you could choose 3 Guardian characters to live with you for a month, who would they be? I would definitely pick Rocket so he could build me stuff, but he'd probably steal things from me too. But I'd love him to build me some stuff.
Yes.
I don't want to live with Groot. I feel like he would be annoying.
Right.
Um,
No. Or though I'm not thinking I'm Groot.
Yeah, that's Groot.
I'm
That's
looking at
Grogu,
Grogu.
yeah.
All you hear is I am Groot. I am Groot.
Yeah.
I am Groot. I mean, same thing.
That's a great question, though.
I don't even know.
I feel like Star-Lord and I could have some good laughs.
I couldn't live with Thor.
You know, he said Guardians characters.
Oh, Guardians. I'm thinking Marvel characters, period.
Yeah, Guardians characters.
The original Gamora. I think she'd be fun.
Yeah, where she had been like... I think current Nebula would also be fun.
Current Nebula would be fun.
Yeah.
I feel like... I would love to have Mantis because I feel like I am Mantis.
Yeah, that's accurate. That's pretty accurate.
I would need somebody to have all the feelings with me.
Yeah, she's like an empath. So
yeah,
I can see that.
So yeah, for sure, Mantis. I feel like you have to have Drax. Like,
I couldn't do it.
I feel like he would be so fun to have around, like, just to make the butt of every joke. I don't know who else. Probably Rocket, just because he's so cute.
Yeah, Rocket would be good.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to be crying, and we were watching it Sunday evening, so it'll be hard to not go on my IG because people will be posting spoilers. They do. Crystal, block those people if they post spoilers. Block them.
Yep.
You'll feel so much better.
Yes.
Quick question. If you could only choose Saturday or Sunday to go to Universal Studios Hollywood, what day would you choose? I would choose Sunday. I would choose Sunday, especially if for your work schedule you can stay till closing on Sunday. I would get there at opening and do everything you want to do, but I would go Sunday. Variance says, thank you, Willow. Thank you. What time is our movie Friday? I think 11. Oh, 11:30. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I wanted to go even earlier so the chance of getting spoilers was even less.
Yes.
But, like, we're going to be at Star Wars Night till it ends at 1. By the time we get to the car, get home, it's going to be like 2:30, 3 o'clock. I wanted to be able to sleep and not have to, like, wake up at the crack of dawn to go. So, 11:30. Drax would say, you can't see me, I'm invisible. Exactly.
I love it.
Exactly. I think it would be great, though. It'd be fun. But yeah, we're super excited for Star Wars Week. I wish we were getting like more new Star Wars shows or something on Star Wars Day, like on May 4th.
Right.
There is going to be like a new children's Star Wars show.
Yes.
Which, you know, if you got kids, that could be pretty promising, I think.
Yeah, Maverick sees the commercial for it, and he gets excited because he like really wants to see it apparently, but
the animation
it's just
looks
so quick.
The animation
he gets so
looks
mad.
Like really cute.
Yeah.
So I'm sure he'll enjoy it. I feel like lots of kids will enjoy it. But yeah, other than that, I don't think there's a lot going on. Wait, how come no Thor in the house? Oh, because Crystal loves Chris Hemsworth.
Freaking, he is my hall pass.
She wouldn't like be able to talk or function.
I wasn't able. So I met him one time, and I wasn't able to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she wouldn't be able to function.
He told me I am a lovely shade of red.
I love that he like called you out on being like starstruck.
A lovely shade of red.
That's
I was like,
awesome.
I'm going home now, guys. Bye.
Yeah.
My shift here is done. I'm going home. Yeah.
That's pretty funny though.
Yeah.
It's wild and out. Which is the next book after Air to read? You know what? I don't remember. You'll just have to. I don't want to tell you the wrong name of the book. It's been so long since I read that series. I would just Google Heir to the Empire, like sequel or whatever.
Yeah.
Or Thrawn trilogy, and it'll get you there.
Excuse me.
Oh, I thought you were about to sneeze or say something. I wasn't sure.
No.
Met him in the parks just walking in. When she worked there.
Yes. I worked there. We got a call saying that we had VIP in the store, and he needed assistance. So everybody knows that Chris Hemsworth is my hall pass. So of course they all knew I was working, so they all paged me. I denied the page. They kept paging me. I went to the manager's office so I could talk to them and not be called on the floor. They called the manager's office knowing Jen Pond, if you're here right now, she knew my steps. So she called the managers before I got into the manager's office to let them know my celebrity hall pass is in the office or in the building. So I walk in there and they're like, "Nope, you're needed on the floor. Let's go." And so everybody was in on it. I walk out to the store, and he's standing there with all of his items to purchase, and I am probably as pink as the bottom of this microphone. You can't even see it because now it's blue.
Now it's
but
blue.
yes, I was, yeah.
Pumpkin said that's amazing, and then said, think Chris Hemsworth was in on it too.
I'm 100% sure. He like saw all of my tags on all of my stories on how much I love him, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go visit this girl."
Yeah, that would be amazing. But probably, yeah, probably. He
Right.
probably wasn't. He's probably just there.
Yeah.
But he could definitely pick up that you were like embarrassed to meet him.
The fact that it took me 15 minutes to get out there.
Yeah.
And you could tell his VIP was annoyed, but he was having fun with it apparently.
Yeah.
So yeah, I walk out there and I was like, "Is there anything else I can help you with?" And he's like, "No, I'm all great." And I was like, "Okay." Literally couldn't make eye contact with him the whole time. I am just down at the register, scanning all of his stuff, and then I was like, "All right, you have a great day." He's like, "You're a lovely shade of red," and I was like, "Thanks." Bye.
Right.
So yeah.
Day, okay. Mark said Lakers just won their first game of the second round playoffs. There we go. Congratulations to LeBron and the rest of the team.
Yeah.
I think we are going to call it here. It's getting really hot in this room.
It is.
Crystal's getting really tired.
I'm just really drunk.
And I think we are going to call it a night. Thank you guys all for hanging out with us
it was
tonight.
so much fun.
Pumpkin had one question. Was this back during the first Thor movie? I would say at this point Avengers had probably come out, right?
Yes, it was. It was when they had their big meeting in freaking Hollywoodland.
Yeah.
It was the day before that.
Yeah, so Avengers was out or about to come out.
Yes.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for hanging out, spending the evening with us. You know we love it. We're glad you guys are here for it. We will be back next Tuesday. Look for at least one vlog this week.
Yeah.
For Star Wars night. We're going to try to put 2 out if we can try a bunch of the Star Wars month foods before the event starts. But if not, we'll be back real soon to do that. And we will see you guys next week. Thank you so much.
Good night, everybody.
And I hope everybody has a wonderful night and a wonderful rest of the week. Mark says good night.
And may the 4th be with you.
Have a good rest of your night and sweetest dreams. Thank you, Ashley.
Yay.
And Pumpkin said, thanks for the live stream, fam. So much fun as always. Yes, we loved it. Thank y'all so much. Have a great night.